Yo, what is up, everybody? Bama football on YouTube. What's going on? Undefeated? How y'all doing tonight? Man, love this theme music. Love it. Love it. Absolutely phenomenal. I love being here with you guys tonight. This is just great, right? Great. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Love it. I hope y'all are doing pretty good. I mean, we got some news tonight, right? We got some news tonight, and it's feeling pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, pretty exciting, right? Like, this is awesome. Everybody in the chat, it's good to see you guys. We're gonna bring it to you tonight. We got some. Tonight's gonna be off the hook. I'll tell you that. With everything that's happened, I got to give a big shout out to Coach Smook helping me out tonight. Some of the producing and whatnot, when we get some of this done, like he's jumping in the back and getting everything set up. So he's the man when it comes to that stuff. I really appreciate that a ton. And then all you guys, you know, it's cool to see everybody again. This is I think my fourth time back now, but 2 yesterday, 1 this morning. Right, and now we got this one this evening. So we're ready to roll. We're gonna have an exciting night. You can see the schedule up. We got myself for the next roughly about an hour, and then we got Coach Jay and Coach Sean coming in, and then we got the Smook Scoop. I'll tell you what, that's going to be off the chain. I know it's going to be really good. Can't wait to hear what they all have to say. And it's been a minute since you got to connect. You know, I got to see Ty. I got to hang out with Kyle. Got to hang out with Smook a little bit. Coach Jay. I haven't seen Coach Sean yet, so it's going to be nice to overlap with him tonight. But we got some news, all sorts of news. Really good news today. I feel like, you know, a lot of interesting stuff when it comes down to this. So we got to jump into it a bit, right? So here we go. You know, first and foremost, let me give a shout out to all you in the undefeated. I see a bunch of people in here already. Kimberly, what's going on? Cynthia, how you doing? How you doing? The Truth 82. What's up, man? How are you? I don't know you yet, but it's nice to meet you, man. Thanks for joining, popping in here, right? It's so awesome. Steven, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you. Xavier Barker, what's going on? Michael Shane Griffin, what's up? What's up? Miss Ebony, how you doing? Miss Ebony, good to see you again. Jared, my friend, saw you again this morning. Matt Farms, what's going on? Marquita, how you doing, Marquita? HBG Frito, what's up? What's up? I love it. We got a lot of good stuff. DR334, what is going on? Antonio, what's up, my friend? What is up? Equation, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. I know we got a lot of people in here. Anthony Young, what's up, my friend? What's up? Clinton, what's up, man? How you doing, Clinton? Good to see you. Matt Farms, what's up, friend? What's up? So got a lot of people in here because hopefully it's going to start climbing because we did just have some pretty wild news, right? And Skylar, how you doing? With Kadyn Proctor. Pretty interesting, right? Pretty interesting. Chance, what's up, man? What's going on? And please make sure as you join in, Chapman family, everybody, Philip, what's going on? Benjamin, what's up? Make sure you throw those thumbs up, become a fan funder too, subscribe, join the channel. Make sure I hope you guys love what we're putting out. We did a couple of different me and Kyle did some videos just recently talking about, you know, the Jalen Milroe, his mindset. Some people loved it. Some people had some hard feelings about Milroe. Hey, that's what it's about, right? We sharing opinions. The next thing too is we talked about Austin Mack and how he looks. And so you guys will check those videos out. It's on the channel. Just select Bama YouTube month or Bama football on YouTube. The nice little play button. You can go in and check it all out, right? But run those thumbs up for me. Run those thumbs up, right? And as we jump into the session night, like I said, we're going to bring you some hot news. It's going to be an exciting night. A lot of stuff going on. Lots of stuff going on, right? And so the first thing we'll get into, as I just said, was Kadyn Proctor entering the transfer portal. Pretty interesting, right? I'll tell you. That's probably something a lot of people called out. They said, hey, he's going to come back. Some people thought, hey, good riddance, he's gone. I like Kadyn Proctor. I think that for a true freshman, right, the guy put all that effort out there, like straight up, good for him. He wants to come back. Okay. You know, here's the interesting thing with Kadyn Proctor, right? What's up, Ruben? How you doing? And Shore, how you doing, man? You know, here's the thing about Kadyn Proctor, and honestly about young guys. Caleb Taylor, what's going on? Lisa Fitzhugh, what's up? What's up? I'll say this is with him and a lot of freshmen, the guys who come out, and as you're going through this process, you go away from home. There's nothing. I'm not gonna. And Jermaine, what's going on, man? I'm not gonna hate on dudes who kind of get a little homesick, right? There's going to be a lot of hate. There's going to be a lot of back and forth, right? A lot of people are going to be like, oh, he's coming back because he feels that energy. He feels that energy. He knows what's going on here, right? Like, no, man, maybe that's part of it. Hey, maybe he does feel that energy, right? Maybe he does see the momentum that's going on. I mean, there's true momentum here. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen an offseason with a college football team that's been covered as much as Alabama this year. Anybody disagree with me on that? Anybody at all? I mean, it's pretty wild to see the amount of coverage Alabama football has. And then not to mention, between the coaching changes, between the players leaving, between it's just insane. Now all these recruits, I mean, this Jeudy Lewis thing is getting real serious. I'll tell you that right now. This is wild. Like the Jeudy Lewis, a 5-star quarterback, right? Like this is getting crazy, man. Like as far as that goes, like I don't think I've seen that sort of like heat on a team that fast in a preseason. I mean, we haven't even this is our second week of spring ball, right? This is nuts. And I see a lot more people jumping in here too. Make sure you run those thumbs up for me. Really appreciate it. Like I said, subscribe to the channel, become a fan funder. We love bringing you guys this content. But as far as Kadyn Proctor goes, jumping back to that, because that's what everyone's here for, right? Like in the end of the day, you guys want the news. I'm here to bring you my perspective, my opinion. I will say this. I understand where the young man's maybe mindset went. I'll say that. And maybe it's the fact that some things are changing, coaches changed. Maybe, honestly, he wasn't. If he would have stayed, I think that culture and what we've heard, right? We talk about like Rock Montgomery, right? And the thing that he had said was a month ago, roughly, a few weeks ago during the fourth quarter program. This is the most positive, uplifting group I've ever been a part of, right? That's pretty impressive. And I love to hear what he is saying, and that these guys are that excited to be a part of this. And maybe that was something he needed to hear. Maybe he's heard it from his buddies. Like the guy has friends on the team. It's not like he just left. You know what I mean? Like he just left and everyone hated him. That's not how it works. It's the same thing that just happened almost in a different perspective. But with this recruit, I think it's Fiki, right? The 2026 interior offensive lineman, he decommitted. Everyone got pissed off at him. Like, hey, dude, this kid doesn't have to go to college for like a whole nother year and a half, right? Like this is crazy. And he probably is going to come back, And I see a lot more people jumping in here too, and everyone's saying, what's up? I see all of you, and I want to say what's up to you too. It's been a minute. Some of you haven't seen in a minute. I really appreciate you guys jumping in, and I enjoy being here with you. Thank you. And again, run those thumbs up for me. Appreciate it. And for everybody here on Bama Football on YouTube, this team is awesome. They're going to keep bringing you heat. Tonight is going to be awesome and a lot of fun. We are going to have a lot of fun tonight. Make sure you are tuning in all night for this one. I know we might have some special guests. Smook scoop, everybody. And then I'll tell you what, like with Coach Sean and Coach Jeudy tonight, they're going to have some awesome topics that you guys are going to love and want to stay to hear about. So as we go through night, tune in with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. But going back with Kadyn Proctor, and the thing that we come down to, right? And Todd, what's up, man? Real quick, if we get Kadyn Proctor back, how does that shift the O-line in your perspective? Like the vid, y'all. Thanks, Todd. Appreciate you, man. And thank you for that super chat. 100%. Tonight, I know it's going to be busy. So if you guys want to get those questions answered, throw out a super chat just like Todd just did. I can answer those questions for you as we roll through my segment. All right. I have some topics. I don't know how much I'm honestly going to be able to cover on my topics because we got a lot of news. There's a lot of stuff that's happened. So even from a recruiting standpoint, and I want to make sure I share that with you. So getting back to what Todd just said, right? How does it shift the O-line in my perspective? I'm be sure with you. I don't know how much it shifts a whole lot of anything on the O-line because he needs to come in and compete. I don't know. Did he just go to Iowa and take a break? That's the next question we got to ask ourselves, right? Like, and that's where we're at is, did he just go down there and like hang out at home? Right. And maybe need that time, like to be down there, like just to spend some time with his family and get get feeling good again, getting some confidence back in some way or another. You know what I mean? Like some of these kids need that. And I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with these guys understanding like that's what they need. Now to full on enter the transfer portal, that's kind of an issue, right? Like that, because now you going forward, you're done. Like there's no more transferring anymore. Like you're done after this. That's what you enter a month and then hang out for 2 months and then come back. You might as well just ask for a little bit of break and go home, right? So that's the thing guys have to think about. If they are having some, let's cut it out this way too. And I want to give Kaden a full on benefit of the doubt on this. Let's just say he is missing home. He's not performing to his max. He's going through a little bit of mental health stuff because that's real. You know what I mean? Like you come to a program at Bama where you are expected to compete at the highest level and you are held to the highest standard at all times. There can be some pressure there. Okay, like that's a real thing to think about. And maybe he was one of those guys, and we've seen it before, maybe he was one of those guys who just needed a minute to kind of take a breath and sit back and be like, okay, like I'm good now. I got my mind back underneath me. I understand which way to go, and he's just homesick. Okay. So he needed to go home and have that minute, but I tell you, like, now let's come back. And if this is what you're going to do, and this is what I would say to Kaden. Yeah. If it was me and we have this conversation, I'd say, okay, this is where it's at, right? Like, I get it, man. You went back home, you decided to transfer, but now you're coming back here. Okay. This is the expectation. This is what we look at going forward, because there has been a couple of comments, right? 100% is like, I don't like, he's a good dude, right? Good ad, but wishy-washy people. Josh 07, you just said that, right? And that's what it appears to be. Okay, so let's take away from the wishy-washy aspect, and let's say, here's the deal, man. I want you need to come in here and prove yourself now, because we just gave you what it appears to be a lot of time off. I can tell you right now, Iowa's standard is not Bama standard, right? Don't mean to be an asshole, okay? That's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying to talk smack about Iowa. But I will say this, is the standards are too different. I mean, to the point, like it is a dramatic difference, okay? And so if you come here and you want to come home, because this is now home for you, we have gone past the level of saying, all right, man, you got to go home. You got to have that time. You got to appreciate what you needed to appreciate, or get the feels in, or get that confidence back, or get what you needed to do. We understand, but now you got to come back and you need to work your ass off harder than you worked before. And that is the standard. That will be the expectation, and he will be held accountable to that. And if it doesn't work out, then man, there's probably some really good Division II schools, maybe a Division I AA school you can go to, I mean, that's what I'm saying is, like, for now, I will say this is benefit of the doubt. The guy goes home, he gets his head right, and he comes back and becomes an all-star because he's ready to work. He's in the right place. He's in the right mindset. He's ready to be the best he can be. Okay. We got away. We got all that bullshit out of our head. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of guys go through this too, man. And that is the truth. There are a lot of guys. We see 5-stars do this all the time. You know what I mean? Like, there's some pretty funny comments in here too. And I get you guys. But that's Marquita, you said something. These kids went through the hell in fourth quarter program. Kaden should not be able to just walk back in. Crazy to me. I don't think he should just be able to walk back in too. I mean, he does deserve a scholarship for sure. I mean, it's part of the process, right? If you're transferring, they accept him back. And I support DeBoer and the whole team and all the coaches in this, because this, again, I'm going to highlight something. This happens all the time. We just don't hear about it as much. And the reason we hear about it, right now, is because it is Bama. Honestly, we probably would hear about it with some other major programs too. But Bama this year, man, it has been off the charts. It's been crazy. There's the amount of coverage that's going on, right? Like crazy. And I'll tell you, this one right here is an interesting one, because I don't know how this is not a negative thing for Bama. So if anybody starts to say, well, this is ridiculous, this is so negative, Bama's just getting all this negative attention. This is not negative at all. Are you kidding me? If I'm Alabama, if I'm Courtney Morgan, I'm going, hell yeah, put everybody write an article on this. Dang, man, we lost this dude, starter true freshman, and now he's coming back because he realizes like this is where he needs to be. Man, I'm telling you right now, like blow that shit up. Because I want everybody to hear that, because I want all these recruits to realize and continue to realize like that the momentum, that your mindset, this is here. It's here. Everything you want out of your football career in college is here in Alabama right now. Focus on that. Come here. So for Kaden, I'll tell you, man, like this is it, man. This is a great thing for him to come back in, but he does need to hold himself. The team will hold him. The coaches will hold him to the Bama standard, if not even higher at this point, right? And that's because you have to reestablish yourself as a dominant player. You have to reestablish your mindset and to show everybody that you aren't a flake, right? That you aren't some dude who's just going to bounce when things get hard. Because in a game, I'll tell you this, man. In a game, we need to be able to trust you, and especially if you're playing tackle. If you're playing tackle and you're in a game and you got my back and I got to turn my back to throw the ball, everyone wants to give shit to Jalen Milroe about like being too footsie in the pocket, not holding in the pocket, not doing these things and not throwing the ball right. The dude's getting freaking hit all the time. How can you get mad at him? Okay, like that's it changes your mindset. There's a mental factor there. You become jumpy, right? Let's say you're just getting slapped upside the head 24/7. What are you going to think when someone comes to shake your hand? You're going to get slapped in the head. It's the same thing that goes in football when you're thinking about throwing the ball. Okay. Same thing goes. Now with Kaden, though, in his situation, he needs to prove like on his end. And, and I hope he watches this, because there's no disrespect to him out of this, right? There's no disrespect to Kaden at all. But here's the thing. Is for you, man, if you're going to come back to the program and you're going to do it, the program, right? The University of Alabama, the standard of college football. You're going to come back here, man, and you want to prove to everybody like that you are the beast that you were written about, told to be, given all these accolades for, then come in and do it, man. Like come in and do it and work. Prove to everybody. Because right now, everybody needs to know that you are solid, okay? That you are solid. Like that's where it's at. Everyone needs to know that you are committed, that we're not doing this, man, I don't know. I'm not feeling right. Don't get me wrong, dude. I get it. Like we all run into situations in life where we're like, man, we have some doubts, right? Where we run into this and we need to do something to knock ourselves out of a jive or out of this downer mindset. We got to do something different, okay? Maybe this is what Kaden needed to do, all right? But I'll tell you, man, like from this standpoint, he now has to come in with the right mindset. Like he was given that time, and out of respect for the team, out of making sure that brotherhood stays solid. And I can promise you that KD has said this, and I can promise you that Coach Cap is not going to let him slide. Like you will come in and you will meet the standard, if not higher. And you know what? Good if he does, and again, if he's listening, or if he can tune in later, if you meet that standard, you will become one of the best players, offensive tackle wise, to come out of Alabama, because you will be held to a higher standard. That is the truth. You will have that opportunity because your mind will go right, and all of a sudden you will maximize your potential, which is so hard to do. It's so hard to maximize your potential. So here's what I'm saying: like, come do your thing, man. Like I can tell you, like, I'm happy for him that he realizes he needs to come back. And I just hope the best that he comes in with the right mindset and he's ready to roll. You know what I mean? Like, and for you guys too, like I see there's so many comments and opinions in here. And if you guys are throwing out questions or stuff that I'm missing, I'm really trying to address some key points in this so guys hear it. Right. And so please super chat, throw those out there because I highlight and then I can get after them and read them. I know. And then Walt, I saw that you were able to jump back in. Walt Albright, what's up, man? You were able to jump back on as a as a fan funder. Appreciate you, man, 100%. So yeah, throw those out here, but it will be interesting to see. This is just like the first big ad, right? Or news of the portal, the spring portal. Like, doesn't this get everybody just like ready? Because there's going to be so much that happens. There's going to be so much that happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of wild, like what's going on. And that's going to be the thing of the portal, of spring portal. Like, what are we about to see? And I know there is some really good comments in here. Gosh, I wish I could highlight so many of them. The thing is with Kaden, this is an opportunity for him to achieve greatness. You want to know why? These are unique experiences. Okay. The reason they're unique, and when someone leaves something and then comes back, especially in the sense of how publicized it is, from a sense of how committed you need to be, especially within college football, but not just college football, the SEC, not just the SEC, but the University of Alabama. This right here is a unique type of adversity. Okay. A very unique type of adversity. You either can capitalize for Kaden, he can capitalize on this adversity and become an absolute superstar. I mean, you utilize this the right way, from a mindset wise. And yeah, Marquita, thank you for that. Everybody, if you can, throw some thumbs up on this, man. I'm trying my best. I want to make sure give you guys this great content. You jump in here and throw a thumbs up. Please hit those thumbs up as you jump in. But I'll tell you, man, the unique adversity in this, and why I say this, okay, is that here's where we're looking at. This is one of those chances where you truly, man, can utilize this to be. You want to talk about maximizing potential. I just had said that, right? To maximize potential, you got to go through some shit. Okay. It sucks. But in order to get there, you got to go through the deep, dark forest. All right. I'm going to tell you. And Ronnie, yeah, this is true, man. He's coming home. So, but you got to go through that deep, dark forest to hit your maximum potential. All right. And I'll tell you right now, like, with that being said, Kaden has this opportunity to come out of that forest right now, come out of that deep, dark cave into the day and be a stud, as long as he is in the right mindset, which that mindset is, I take nothing for granted. Nothing. I am being given nothing. I have to come in here and I need to work every day to prove myself to my teammates, to the coaches, to the university's athletic program, to the fans, to everybody out there who's hardcore Bama, right? Or not even just a Bama fan in general, but everybody out there in general who rooted for him originally and wanted to see him successful, even as a true freshman, right? To the coaches that gave him the opportunity. But here's the thing, like, now you got to come in here, you got to come back and prove yourself. That's where it's at. So yeah, we got Kadyn Proctor reporting through, looks like Bama Online on 3 Sports, right? Hayes Fawcett put this out there. Kadyn Proctor returning back to University of Alabama. Absolutely interesting, exciting. For some people, maybe they don't like it. I personally, I like it. I like it. You know what I'm saying? I like it. I like the opportunity that they give the kid to come back. New coaching staff too. Would it have been the same if it was an old coaching staff? If they had known him? You know what I mean? Like, think about that question. If this was the old coaching staff, would they have accepted him back? I mean, that is something to think about. I don't know if they would have. You know what I mean? And this is an interesting comment. Okay. He doesn't need to prove anything. He just realized that he made a bad decision by transferring something kids his age do every day. No, I'm not. Here's the thing. That's not what we're saying. He doesn't need to come back and prove that he's still a good player. That's not it at all. Nobody's saying that. I'm just going to tell you, though, these football teams, they are like it. It's, if you've ever been in a locker room or played the game at this sort of level, I'll tell you, like, there's no disrespect to Kaden, but the mindset there is like a group of warriors going to war. In order to trust the guys next to you, in order to maximize the team's full potential, you know what you need to do? You need to prove yourself to your teammates every day. I don't care if you left or not. You still need to do it. These guys have done it, though, because they're working alongside of each other. Kaden does have something to prove from that standpoint, right? Because he was only there for 1 year. That's what I'm trying to say. You're only there for 1 year, and then you bounce. Well, guess what? You need to come back and prove yourself. Okay? So he's going to have to put that work in. He's going to have to get them mentally, like, show these guys that they can trust him. That's what it is. I'm not saying like it's a negative thing that you run into these situations. Because if you just jumped in, whoever that was, P through K or PK5 or whatever, if you just jumped in, I had just talked about, like, I understand the scenario of maybe going through being homesick and having a hard time. Like, I get it. It happens all the time. You see it with guys all the time. You see these amazing high school guys come out, right? They do everyone's really high on them. And then next thing you know, they have we call it, as you guys, maybe some of you guys know, it's called imposter syndrome, right? You start to have doubts, or you run into a little bit of slump here or there, and it's all made up. Okay, so because you're just doing it to yourself. Maybe he just needed a reset. That's all I'm saying. He just needed a reset. And now that he has this reset, he gets to come back and he has an opportunity to be even greater than what he was even projected to be. That's what I'm trying to say by that. There's no disrespect to him. I get it. High school kids do this all the time. Trust me, I saw it all the time. You saw some of the best players I've ever seen do this, and they did not come back, and their careers fizzled out. I don't think that will be the case for him. I think Kaden will come back. I think he will do a good job. I think this is the perfect atmosphere to come back into for somebody who was previously homesick, right? I mean, how many of you guys agree? You guys have heard me talk about this family factor with KD. You know what I mean? Like, all of you guys have heard me talk about this type of bond, this type of love that he gives to the team. If you leave and you want to come back, this would be everything you need to come back into and perform at the best level, highest level you can. And that's why I think it is the perfect situation for Kaden to come back and perform. I'll tell you that right now. I think it's perfect. And I truly think he's going to. I think he's going to do a phenomenal job. You know, like, and you're right. You don't necessarily say, okay, you can't come back. I get you. And that's not what we're saying. But I'm saying some coaches get like that. Now, this staff, no way. These coaches are not saying that to Kaden Proctor. That's what they're not saying. No, they understand. DeBoer is probably one of the most real, caring people you got. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of the most caring people, caring coaches you have out there. One of the most sincere. But yeah, besides the fact that he was a freshman All-American, besides the fact that he's done all these things, let's just get it from a standpoint of, like, saying he's coming back because they want him to be successful as a young man. Let's take away all the accolades. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody. Like, take away all those things. He's gonna come back. He can excel in this. He's gonna feel uplifted. He's gonna feel positive. He's gonna feel the energy. I think you're gonna see a whole new version of Kadyn Proctor, to be honest with you guys. Like, I'm rooting for the guy. I want him to come back and kill it. I want him to come back and kick everyone's ass. I want him to show everybody out there who doubted him in the first place for leaving, right? Like, I want him to show everybody, like, man, let's get after it. You know what I'm saying? And what do you mean, Adam? I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. You know, that's a little premature, a bit premature. Which one? Adam just said, Merrill, that's a bit premature. What are we talking about here? I kind of get at this comment for a second. Yeah, I guess I'm trying to understand what you meant. But let me know. There's a lot of comments in here, so it's hard to keep up with them all. You know what I'm saying? But would Caleb Downs come back? I don't know, man. He has a good relationship with everybody at Ohio State. Premature. Okay. What are you saying, Adam? I'm sorry, man. Your prediction that he will be great is premature. Oh, no, I'm saying I want him to be great. And I think, honestly, I think he will come back in here and be that good. I think this is the type of atmosphere guys like that thrive in. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying now. And you know, I know you don't mean any disrespect by it, 100%. Like, I want him to be really good. It is premature to say. It is premature to give this guy, like, the benefit of the doubt. Okay, 100. But I'll also tell you this is from his standpoint, you want to talk about a guy who's homesick, who's having all these difficulties. This would be the best atmosphere almost in college football to come back into with the coaches with this type of mindset. Oh, yeah, okay. You just posted it, man. Cool. Thanks, Jor. Good for him, man. Good for him. He's probably already trying to get back on campus working out. The guy's coming in here, man, to work. He's coming in here to be his best. Like, I love it. I love it. Like, good for you, Kaden. 100%. Come in here and prove everybody what's up, who you truly are. And you now have a ceiling. Like, it is so high. You can jump to the stars, my friend. Just come work. Just work. Let's go the Womack style. Just work. That's it. Come in here and do it. And I'm excited for him. I think it's going to happen for him. You know, like, that's great. And 100, Mike Fort, you know, this is an interesting comment. Social media means Jack. I'm sure you remember what Grubb did. 100% I remember what Grubb did, because I didn't think he would leave, to be honest with you. But, you know, you're right. Social media can put out a whole bunch of stuff. This is legit. Good for him. Like, I'm happy for Kaden. Kaden Proctor's coming back to University of Alabama, where he belongs. And I think he's going to excel. It'll be interesting to see how it plays into the whole entire offensive line, right? You know, there's been some really good stuff going on in camp with guys. We've heard about Formby. We've heard about several dudes. I mean, and also I guess Smook was high on another guy too. Like, I mean, there's a lot of good news going on for these guys in camp. I just think this is super beneficial. I hate to sound like a hater. Tyler Reeves, what's up, man? How you doing? Hate to sound like a hater, but will the team accept Proctor back? If they do, he needs to drop 30 pounds so he isn't getting run by. I get where you're at, Tyler. Like, I hear your comment on that, right? I actually just addressed this. So if you were in here within the last like 15, 20 minutes, I literally just kind of addressed all that. But I do. I think they will accept him back. I think as long as he comes in here and works, right? That's the big part about it. Like, that, this is not me. You guys think this is only like also my opinion that he needs to work. This is not. No. In the end of the day, I know how those locker rooms work. I'll tell you right now, this is the case for anybody. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're on a really tight-knit team, let's say you're on a special forces in the military, you think you just can bounce and come back, you're going to have to prove to these guys that they can trust you, right? The same thing goes in football. That's like 11 guys functioning as one unit. That's what it is. 11 guys functioning as one unit to reach the highest level they can of success. You have to be able to trust everybody. Yeah, and Kaden Proctor is coming back, Sean. What's going on, man? I'm excited for that. I'm excited that he has that opportunity too. I do. It's going to be good, man. And Chance Green, appreciate you, man. That's 100% appreciate you. Downs cannot come back. Okay, all right. We got another super chat. I got you. All right. Let me jump at this, PK. What's going on? Says a lot of these guys, if I recall, transferred because Saban retired. He was one of them. Also, with him coming back, it's not like we have a better option to put out there. Roll Tide roll. And thank you for that super chat, PK. 100%. Like, yeah. Well, in Caden's case, it sounded like maybe that could have been Saban, but it sounded more. It was like he was homesick, right? But a lot of the other guys, yeah, they wanted to play for Saban and bounced. But I think what's interesting, though, with these other guys is I think you're hearing it a lot, you're seeing it a lot, is a lot of other guys are sitting there going, you know what? There's something really energetic and exciting going on at University of Alabama. I mean, now would Caleb Downs make that decision again? I do not think so. I think he took his time. I think out of everybody, he took the most time and he really thought about it. You know, and PK, again, thank you for that super chat, 100%. He really thought about that. And he made the decision that was best for him, right? Now, with the other guys, I think there was maybe they just didn't want to take their time, man. Maybe they just didn't want to focus or stay. Maybe they just didn't have that same drive or passion. I think, I'm going to be honest with you, I do not think that was the case. Kaden, I really do think when it comes down to it, it was the homesick factor. I really do. In the end of the day, for Kaden Proctor, It was not anything that he didn't want to play for Bama necessarily, or didn't want to be the best he could be, or didn't want. I think he just ran into a mental hurdle. You know what I mean? I think every one of us runs into those once in a while. I think for Kadyn, he ran into a mental hurdle. That's what it was, you know. And man, I support the guy, and I think he's going to be successful. I think it all fixes itself, right? When he comes back into a place like this, you know, and I get it. This is the perfect atmosphere, you know. And Jor put out a note. Thanks, Jor, for letting everybody know. Downs and Proctor can transfer back without sitting because there are no transfer rules now. Two, they're coming from non-SEC schools. There you go. I like it. Pretty smooth. I like that. That's positive. That's good. And he gets a chance to get right back in this, right? Let's see here. I know we got a lot. Adam, what's going on, man? Okay, I got another super chat. Adam Merrill, you are incredibly knowledgeable about football and clearly know how to motivate. You should be a coach. Have you ever thought about it? 100%. Appreciate you guys. Honestly, my end goal would not even necessarily be like coaching at that level. I've already coached quite a bit, but from a college standpoint, is I like to get into recruiting. I like to learn and meet families and the kids and educate them. I went through that process. I know what it's like. I want the best for them. You know what I'm saying? That's why I talk about, and the way I talk about what I do. Okay. And when I get on the Merrill Report and we talk about players, we talk about recruits, and I try to pass that knowledge. The reason I'm trying to pass it to these guys and everybody who's watching is because I've been through stuff. We all have. And how can we use our knowledge to benefit others? And that's why I truly see Kadyn in a situation like this to be able to come back in this situation and be successful. It's happened to me. Maybe not in the sports realm necessarily, but it's happened to a lot of people probably in this chat. And I do see that potential, especially in a young guy who comes into an atmosphere that's positive, energetic, and they just want you to work, man. They want you to work. They want you to lock it down and focus. Don't let anything else distract you. I mean, this is one of the greatest moments of your life. That's the next part of it. And thank you, Adam, for that, man. That's super cool. This is one of the greatest moments of your life. Okay, at playing college football, not just anywhere, but you get to play at University of Alabama. I mean, the most history in college football. This is amazing. Utilize this situation. Benefit from this situation. You let yourself level up. For those who follow me on Twitter, if you don't, you should, at Coach_J Mayer, capital letters, right? But I posted this on Twitter. I said, this is a place, you come to University of Alabama as a player, right? Or in sports in general. What is beautiful about it in the history of the sports, and Kadyn gets this experience, and so does all these players, right? Is from this standpoint, like you get to level up your life. Do you understand what that does for your life as a football player? Because that's your money making sport. I respect all the sports. I coached basketball, played for a long time, ran track, played baseball. I get it. I love it. But I'll tell you this, football, man, especially at the University of Alabama, you level up your life. Why wouldn't you want to sit there and just dedicate everything in that small time frame of your life to football and to being the very best you can be? And if you are in here, you are new, you guys are all viewing, please throw those thumbs up. Please hit it for me. I would absolutely appreciate it. And everybody on this Bama football team, Bama football and YouTube team would appreciate it. Like, we love having you guys come in, and we love bringing this all in, right? But I'll tell you, man, like, if this is the case and you get this chance to come in here, right, and you get a chance to play here, I wish I could go back in time and take like a picture of like my own life of playing, which isn't even in comparison to some of these guys at Alabama, to a lot of them, because they're playing here at the greatest school in college football as far as football, in just history and legacy. So think about it this way. Is you take a snapshot and then you look at life later on based on the fact that you played football in college, but not just anywhere, but you played at University of Alabama. For Kadyn, what's beautiful about this is he can come in and have this amazing glory story. Huge. Like one of the best. Yep. Okay, cool, man. Like, and Kyle, thank you very much. Or Kyle T, who's over in the back. Like, okay, head coach Iowa just said Proctor's gone and they wish him the best. All right, Kadyn, let's get to work, man. Let's go, KP. What you gonna do? Bring it home, man. Come rock that hammer, dude, and nail it. Let's go. Let's play all day, dude. Like, this is exciting. This is cool. This is good for you. This is good for your life. And any of the guys on that team, that you want to talk about an opportunity to build a team real close, this is a unique opportunity. And here's why. Okay. These guys get it either A, they could push him away. We're not doing that. Or B, the more important thing, bring him back and just love him and say, hey man, you know what? We want you to come back. You're a part of this. We know you can do this work. We're going to help you get to that level. We're going to help you level up with us. Man, you do that. You know what type of mentality you give to this team? They are dangerous already. They become even more dangerous. They become killers, and a team of killers. So when they step on the field, everybody, including those coaches, are like, y'all better look out. That's what's impressive. I mean, that's what's impressive. And yeah, and Block, you just said something. If DeBoer gets Downs back, he's a bad man. I think he's a bad man in general. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know about just, I mean, yeah, if he gets Downs back, that's impressive. But here's the thing, man. Like, Caleb's doing his thing. Wish Caleb Downs the best. I really do. I don't know in the end if he really wanted to leave. I think that decision would have needed to take time. Honestly, I would have liked it if he would have just waited. But at the same time, I appreciate the fact that, he took a little bit of time, thought about what he needed to do, and made his decision then, and it worked out for him. You know what I mean? Like, I think in the end, hopefully, his decision is the right one for his life. But here's the thing. I believe in what we have here, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe in what they have here. Like, this is what's impressive. Because if Caleb doesn't bounce, right? And I'm good. I love Caleb Downs, and I think he is an absolute amazing player. And Brian Russell, I get what you're saying. He says, I just don't think a player like Downs would want to sit if he came back. Man, I'll tell you, Caleb Downs wouldn't be sitting if he came back. He's too good. I'll tell you that right now. There's no, Brian, like he wouldn't sit. And Merrill, what position did you play? I played safety. So, but I'll tell you, man, like, here's the thing. If he wouldn't have left, okay, if Downs wouldn't have left, would we have gotten Keon? And Keon is projected up right now, very, very high with Sapp. Okay. His projection right now, and you got to understand what his productivity level was last year. And that was only playing like minimal amounts. He was not like a full starter until later on with Keon Sapp. Like, that's impressive. Okay. Like, so this guy with Sapp coming, what's really beautiful is like his projection is through the roof. There's one dude that I'm most excited about watching, and especially from the standpoint that that's the position I played, right? And so I have a lot of love for DBs. But it's Keon Sapp, though, man. Keon Sapp, I want to see this guy just because of where he left off, right? When you start to get that momentum as a player and it really just all clicks for you, man, that's exciting. And here's the next part of that too. And this is why I'll bring it up with Kaden Proctor, is this is the type of thing where, as I was just saying before, that the team brings Kaden in, they all become in this mindset and they're just like ready to roll, like they are ready to roll. And they all get a closer bond. Why? In a weirdest way, even though it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. And like, it's not like he's done something to hurt anybody or do anything wrong. But in the weirdest way, it's almost like forgiveness. When you forgive somebody, that relationship becomes even that much better, right? If you want that to continue. And I think everybody obviously wants that to continue. And I think it becomes stronger. And I think for Kaden, him coming back is almost like hey, man, we still appreciate you. We still appreciate who you are. And you're still welcome here. And we still love you. For Kaden, I think that solves any sort of like hesitations or self-doubt in the slightest. You know what I'm saying? And he does. He has to reestablish that trust with his teammates, but I think he will do that. And from that standpoint, I think he will do that from a point that he feels finally like it is a home, like it is a family. I mean, look at what the guys are saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at what the guys are saying. Look at what the recruits are saying. You are having recruits that are committed to these other schools. They are coming to, I mean, again, I keep going back to Juju Lewis, and I love that kid. I was watching film him before I jumped on, but with Juju Lewis, right? Committed, SC, you know, but why do you keep coming back? Why do you want to keep seeing it? What is drawing you here? You know what I mean? And I get what you're saying, Rallo, 101Z, 1001Z. I doubt any of our SEC opponents are shaking in their boots over this news. I get you. Like, this is probably not like giant news to SEC guys or like the other teams. I get what you're saying on that. But I will say this, it's quite interesting. But what it does do is, if you understand like that psychological aspect of the game, because here's the deal, like I reference Michael Jordan a lot because he was almost the king of this, is that when given an opportunity of adversity through a psychological standpoint and you beat the adversity, you become powerful. So as you do it as a whole team, because they faced a lot of adversity with Saban leaving, with some of the players leaving, right? With a lot of doubt. We still got some, you know, Jalen Milroe's another one that's going to be really fun to watch just from that standpoint and see what he does with it because of all the hate out there. There's a lot of hate for him, which is crazy to me, man. I don't get that, but you get like that, right, from a team standpoint, and then you get like Kadyn Proctor coming back. Okay, these guys, Michael knew how to capitalize on adversity, hence why he became the greatest of all time. He was able to maximize his potential based on the psychological adversity not holding him back. When anybody said anything that he could not do something or he was not good enough, he proved them wrong times 100. So when you have these great, amazing teams, or you have these great opportunities to do that, man, just like Michael, you know, and I'm not comparing Michael Jordan as the great, he's the greatest in my mind, right? And everyone has their differences. But what I am saying, that mentality is where you win. That's what I'm saying. It is a unique opportunity in life, and a lot of people miss it. So if you can recognize it and capitalize on it, you became way more wealthy than just getting $1 million and walking away. Put it that way, because now you're going to be able to capitalize on everything around you. That's what I mean by that. So exciting, huge news. I'm excited for him. I'm ready to see what Kaden can do going into, you know, going into that, I guess, fall ball, but I think he's going to really be there putting in that work and putting in that extra time. Excited for him. I know my segment is almost up, and I know we got Coach Sean and Coach Jay jumping on here soon. I'm sure they're going to talk about this too and kind of talk about the portal. Maybe this is one of those few benefits, I would say, of having a dual open window. Yeah, like, I think the portal should be one window, period. That's it. But in this situation, it benefits Proctor. It benefits Alabama. Pretty cool. I'm sure a lot of people are happy about that. Awesome. I'm sure there's other teams out there running the similar stuff, and it's going to benefit them too. You know, but I'll tell you, like, yeah, I know my whole segment. That's funny, man. Like George just said it. Marsh Merrill's whole segment for one bit of news. It was a lot of news though for that. I mean, just it is a huge aspect from the standpoint of what we're seeing, and it connects everything to what's going on, whether it's NIL money, whether it's the portal windows, all this different stuff, right? There's a lot of connections there. So yeah, we had to spend some time on that, and it was. I only get an hour, and you can rant on that for a minute. And Adam, I'm on this show every day, my man. Adam, I'm on the show every day. I got 2 segments. I got the Merrill Report in the morning at 10 a.m. the Central Time, and then I'm typically on right around now, which is the 6 p.m. Central Time. So I'm definitely on here. You get to catch me twice a day. It's a lot of fun, and we jump in. And then we got some other news. You got the Duke Johnson news coming where he's going to make a commitment. Excited for that. You know, really happy about that. Like I'm excited for his chance to get committed and be focused in and ready to roll. And then I'll tell you, we did have some cool offers go out today. Let me pull them up because I want to see, and I want to give these guys some shout outs from the offer standpoint. They got offered by Alabama. One of them, a stud running back, and that is going to be, from that one, is boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Javion Osborne. If you haven't looked him up, go check him out on Huddle. If you got Twitter, it's at Osborne__era. Okay. Javion Osborne that dude is a beast. That guy can run. I'll tell you what, impressive with him. I really like Javion. I mean, I was kind of looking through. He's a Texas guy out of Forney High School, 2026, I think it is. Offensive newcomer of the year, first team all district, running back in 2023, first team all area. He's 4-star, 5'10", 190, runs a 4.45 40. Has an amazing GPA. Shout out to him, 3.9 GPA. Like, what a stud. Stud. I like that. And then, Jor, if you want to throw out who that offer was of the 6'5" quarterback, 2025 3-star, if you got that. Put this so he goes by J.O., right? Let me tell you, this is where I like Javion. I want to just tell you guys this. 290 carries, 2,231 yards, 41 TDs. Led DFW in rushing yards and total TDs. Dude, what a beast. Good for you, man. I like that, man. I like that. And then, hey, let's see here. I got another super chat. I think Ontario Moore, what's up, my friend? Thanks for throwing this out there. Really appreciate you. I think of it like this. He's a kid and he made a mistake, just like the rest of us. The main thing is that he learned from his mistake. He's back, so let's see what he does to gain the trust back. 100. And I kind of, Ontario, I don't know if you were just tuning in, but I that's what I was just preaching, man, for the last hour, basically. I do believe in earning that respect back, earning that trust back, right? Earning that, some stuff back from a standpoint of getting on the field and proving yourself some more. But he's a stud, and we want to see him be successful. And I'm happy that he kind of came through, and this is the best atmosphere for him to excel in. This is the best. Honestly, I don't think there's a better atmosphere in the country for a kid to leave home and come into, except here at Alabama right now with this coaching staff. I truly do. And honestly, this team, you want to see how they treat each other like brothers, like true brothers with love, and they're going to hold each other accountable. I was going to talk about this tonight, but I guess I'm going to have to talk about my stuff, my actual segment. I'll talk about it tomorrow morning, like I said, or we'll see. We'll see what the schedule kind of lines up. Might not be morning, might be evening. We'll see how it rolls tomorrow, because I know potentially I think there's media at practice tomorrow. So if that's the case, then we'll probably be on, or I'll be on maybe in the evening. We'll see how the schedule rolls, but we'll talk about this. But what you just said, Dontario, and I appreciate you a ton. Thank you so much for that super chat. Is what I'm saying by that, and what I was saying by earning that back is just that standpoint of coming in and doing that work. But for kids who are having that tough time, right? This culture that has created, and you're seeing this with the players and how they're treating each other. That is not the case in other locker rooms. That is not the case. It does not happen all the time. I'll tell you, like, there's, in a weirdest way, that is one of the most important things you can have to be a winner. Okay. Is that you have to have everybody bought in. So think about this, like, everybody's bought in at like one of the greatest programs, if not the greatest from a history standpoint, legacy programs at University of Alabama football. Pretty impressive. So, and then Jor, I don't know if I saw it in here, man. There's so many comments. I don't know if you threw that out there, that big QB we were just talking about. Charlie Johnston. Okay, that was him. Cool, man. All right, good. Well, congrats to him. Congrats to Charlie Johnston too, man. I guess I just didn't see that one announced. That's all good. All good. But yeah, I like J.O. Stud. What a beast, man. Like I tell you, that's impressive numbers, dude. And he's a 26 guy too. And then there was another one too with a wide receiver, and that is Dalen McCutcheon. He looks really good. I watched some of his film. He's 2025 class, 6', 175, Lovejoy High School. Has a really great GPA too. I mean, isn't that interesting as we're starting to see this, right? With these guys and why this is so important. GPA is 3.96. 3.96. 2022 offensive NOY. It's something of the year. I don't know. And then let's see here. His film was really good. 4-star. Really impressive. Like him a lot. junior season, 94 receptions, 1,430 yards, 20 TDs, and 2 kickoff returns for TDs. I like it. Good for him. Really, really good. Congratulations to him on that offer. I had a great conversation with Coach Shepard, who's always doing work, man. Always doing work. Coach Shep is, that's what that guy. You want to talk about? You want to be a wide receiver who excels and just becomes the man. Come play for Coach Shepard. I'll tell you, Shepard. He's just one of those guys who will make you great. Not only as like a wide receiver, because he's going to really lock down those details. He's going to really fine tune you, right? But with Shepard, what's beautiful about him is he's going to make you a great man. He's going to hold you accountable. It's a beautiful thing when you're held accountable as you go through, even with these little things, because then you start to apply that already in life, man. And then Charles Johnson has a 4.17 GPA. Okay. But yeah, when you're held accountable on these little things in life, especially with football and sports, it's amazing how it translates to the world as you as either a husband or a father or a brother or a son or a friend or an employee or a boss, right? You learn to do some really good things. I appreciate that. I appreciate what Shepard does for these guys. And on top of that, I appreciate the type of players he puts out there, man, like stud. Absolutely stud of a coach. And I enjoy him. I enjoy him so much. Like he's a heck of a coach. So that was cool. I love that, man. But I will say this too. What else was impressive was, if you didn't see it on Twitter, those who did probably know what I'm talking about. But Coach Cap giving a holla, right? Giving a holla. I love it. Who's he hollering out today, man? He's at practice. Coach Cap gets on there, and you get a feel for that guy's energy, man. Our offensive line coach is the man. Absolutely love him. Absolutely love him. Right? Big Mike, baby. Calling out Big Mike. And for those who don't know, that's Michael Carroll. Okay. I like Michael Carroll. Stud. Absolutely. One top interior offensive lineman in the nation. Phenomenal. But I loved it. Man, he was a stud. So, I mean, he is a stud. I mean, but it was cool seeing Coach Cap get on there and just giving a big holler out to him during practice, very similar to what Womack did a while back through this recruiting. It's cool to see that, and the guys get that feel like, hey, man, like, we want you out here, we're out in the field, give that FaceTime. What's up? Cool to see you, man. Like, what's going on? Right? Like, that's cool. I think it's cool. I think it's awesome for the coaches to do that. If I was a player and getting hollered at by the coach like that, and I get that love, like Michael Carroll, hey, this is probably the place for you to come, man. They love you. And yeah, we do want Proctor. Woke up fatal. We definitely do. I mean, I get you. I get where you're coming at, man. But if you probably weren't in here earlier, man, but I talked about this a lot. So you can go back and watch kind of my points of what I made about Kadyn Proctor. I want him. I get where you're coming at. He bounces or switched up when shit got hard. I get you. But woke up fatal. I get you. But here's the thing. Go back and kind of watch what I said. I think you'll appreciate that and kind of see the different perspective of why it's a good thing and why I think he's going to excel. I really do. So, I think he'll be all right. You guys, I know, I hear what you guys are saying, because there's a lot of people are like, man, we don't want you back. Like, you bounced on us when shit got hard. I get you. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about, where you have to kind of earn that back, that loyalty, that love, and that trust factor. Right. But I'll tell you, if you do it, you become a boss. You level up in life. Just like playing for University of Alabama. Bama Productions. Let's go, dog. Let's go. So that's what I'm saying, is it's impressive. I think Proctor has a great opportunity here. I really do. And I think the team does too, man. And yeah, the grass isn't always greener. That's a true fact. I think a lot of us run into that, man. Like, let's say you're like looking for a new job and you're like, man, screw this job. This job sucks. It's a little hard, or this or that. I deserve more pay. You go to a new job, you get a little bit more pay, but it actually sucks even worse. And you got an asshole for a boss. Don't you want to go back to your old job? Yeah, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Or you move into a new house, but it got a bunch of effing problems and drives you nuts. Don't you want to go back to the old house? Old house might be a little older, but it's better. You know how to fix it. Everything that works, right? So that's what I'm saying. I like it. I think Kadyn's going to do a good job, man. I think he really will. I think he's going to have that opportunity here, and he's going to have that chance to really come out there and just become even more than what he was before. And I talked about that for basically an hour. Everybody, hope you guys enjoyed that one today. A lot of news there. Nah, it was fun though, for sure. I know we guys gotta have a great segment coming up with Coach Sean, Coach Jay. Get maybe a little bit more different subjects than just the transfer portal, the magical transfer portal, right? Which is crazy. It's like watching Marvel Avengers. Everybody's jumping in and out of portals everywhere. Like it's nuts. Like I'm ready for that part to be kind of done though. I want to get this portal aspect done with after fall ball. That will be exciting when we can finally lock it down and know where everybody's at from a standpoint total of college football. But I'll tell you, man, like I'm excited. Yo, what's going on? Do you need some help there? Who's hopping in here? Coach Sean's here. What's up, Coach Sean?
What is the business, broski?
You want me to fix this real quick, Coach Sean?
Yeah, I tried to make it on 3 so Jay could hop in.
Yeah, one second. Let me fix this. I'm super huge over here. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, right?
Now we can make it on 3. 1 second. No, I see what you're saying now. 3 one's weird.
I seen 2, but when you go to 3, it's like one of them is huge.
Yeah, it turns into a giant.
Yeah,
weird. Maybe if we add it. I thought I saw one on here.
There go Coach Jay down there.
That's all good though. Okay, full screen. Hey everybody, full screen here. We're getting real big now. I love it. I hope you guys did have fun today though, and enjoyed my segment with the Merrill Report. It was fun. It was awesome. We got to talk about a lot of good stuff. I love coming in there, man, and chatting with you guys. And obviously, this news was exciting as could be. But now, what's even cooler is that we got Coach Sean and Coach Jay jumping in the house. It's going to be exciting. I can't wait. I miss you guys too. Well, I got to hang out with Coach Jay. Last night we hung out, Coach Jay, right? I can't hear you, Coach Jay. I don't know where you at.
Which graphic is that, Merrill? That you got them side by side like that?
I think Smook set that up. He's the one who Smook's in the background. I think Smook.
Yeah. So if you go to the bottom, it's like the third. It's like the I think it's like the second one selected.
Solo. Yeah. Looks good.
Solo shot. Okay.
I like it. I like the three. Oh, look at that. And we're stacked.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Basically, as long as you got 2 and it's stacked, we're good. We're good. Coach Sean, what's going on, man? I missed you.
Man, Merrill, likewise, brother. How you been, man?
I've been good. Had some good time, some family time, and just kind of wild. And George in here making jokes. He says, hate that Merrill had nothing to talk about. That's funny, George. Yeah, for sure. We just talked about Kadyn Proctor basically for an hour if you guys didn't hear about it. But
bro, I'm glad you're back, Merrill, man. Straight up, brother.
Thank you.
Miss you, man. For sure.
Yeah, man. It's so great to be back with all of you guys and jump back on and just talk football. Like I think that was the best part about today is like, finally, or yesterday really, but now I get to finally see everybody because I haven't seen you yet, Coach Sean. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I've been going, man. You know how it is, man. From early morning to late evening, going
all day,
man.
Yeah, so it's been wild though. I mean, like I said, I've been tuning into you guys, and in the meantime while I was gone, and now I get to jump back in and chat this up. And then tonight we had this interesting, crazy news, which I appreciate everybody in the chat. 100. So
let me ask you a question, Merrill, before you get up out of it. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What's up, Coach Jay, by the way? How you doing, Coach Jay? You good?
I'm doing all right. I'm just, for the most part, just kind of talking about this. Matter of fact, me and Coach Spook, we are actually on the phone. We were talking about it for a little bit. We have our different opinions on the matter. Oh my God. Catch Coach Spook, man, because he's got a lot to say about it. Some of you guys are gonna love it. A lot of you are probably gonna hate it. But yeah, listen, to me personally, I don't want him back. I don't want him back. Like I say, if he comes here, the players want him, the coaches want him, that's fine. I'm not gonna say no to it.
Yeah.
But once you leave here, I don't want you back. This is not This is not a teen drama. This is not 90210 where you can just break up with your girlfriend 2 or 3 times and you just gonna run back into the arms. This is not this type of we're not Jay Coach Brown. We're not this type of program.
Yeah, I get it, man. You see, I'm a romance guy.
So what about you? What about you, Jake?
Listen, I like my romance shows. I like it. I like, you know what I'm saying? I like Fresh Prince. I like 90210. I like, I was a big fan of Zoe 101 growing up, but let me tell you something, man. We're not doing this.
Got you.
What about you, Mira?
I don't know. It's like The Notebook for me. I'm down. You guys all like The Notebook? Yeah, this is what it is.
I like The Notebook, right?
Notebook. Yeah, there you go. Right. So no, but for me, I'm all about Proctor coming back. I talked about that in depth and kind of why it's important, what happens mentally for guys like this, right? And in these sort of situations, it's a point, like these are rare adversities, and to even call it an adversity is weird. And real quick, Buck, what's up, man? Thanks for becoming a member. Really appreciate you. I don't know if you were one before and just joined up again, but what's up, Buck? We really, really, really appreciate that. But
shout out to Buck.
For me, I love it, because these are these type of stories where if you treat this the right way mentally as a athlete, I mean, honestly in life, but especially in a situation like this as an athlete, where you treat this the right way, you come back into the picture the right way, you're welcomed back this way, and you just come in and work, and mentally that you are going to set yourself up and prove to your teammates that they can trust you. I'll tell you, there can be some major growth in a guy like this with Kadyn Proctor having this sort of opportunity to hit this level of growth. You get a chance to get real high potential wise, man. Noah Carter, what up, my friend?
Is that young Noah?
Oh, yeah. What's up, Noah?
The baller himself is in the building. Shout out to Ebony. Shout out to Will. Shout out to young 100%. Noah, right, if that's the case, bro, we thank you for that. You need to holler at a couple of more, preferably is one at Ohio State. We need to get you on the phone with him as soon as possible, right?
Yep. 100, man. And Noah, you got to make sure you answer my messages back on Twitter. Come on, man. No, I'm just giving him a hard time. But yeah, so I'll tell you though, is like, it's exciting from that standpoint. Like this team is real special. And if there's anywhere that Kaden could come back and be even better, which is unique to say for a guy who's a freshman All-American, right? With the accolades that he achieved. But I mean, he's going to grow, right? He's going to get better. But to come back into a system like this, where you're like welcomed back with that love, and you got to work and prove that, right? Prove that love. These guys want you to be your best. They're going to take you there, but you also got to have that mentality yourself, right? To come back in this sort of system, I think it's perfect for him. I think he's going to excel personally, So that's where I'm at. What you guys?
For me, just my humble opinion, and that's all it is an opinion. I mean, I guess that describes it right there. Watch closely. I mean, I'd like to have him back. If you come back, so be it. If not, look, if he comes back, shout out to Kaden for understanding, for seeing that the grass is not always, for seeing what Coach Sean has been saying for months now, that the grass is not always green on the other side, man. Every program is not Alabama. I don't care what they offer you. I don't care what, every program is not going to develop you like Alabama. Every program's culture is not like Alabama. Sometimes tough is better. Go ask Dallas Turner. Right, probably be a top 10 pick. Tough is better, because when you get to that other level, if that's where you want to go, tough won't be tough no more, because you did tough for 3-4 years, right? I've never surfed in my entire life, right? Never surfed in my entire life. So if you take me back to California and put me out there in the sea and ask me to surf, I'm gonna probably die, unfortunately.
I get what you're saying.
8-foot wave. So, but if I surf, and you teach me how to surf, right? When I get to the big leagues of surfing, it won't be so difficult for me, right?
Yeah, I get you. So, I get you 100%.
If we get him back, God is good. If we don't get him back, God is still good. Either way, I ain't tripping. You know,
Amen
it's
to
Bama.
that.
You know,
Yep, that's true.
Because if they ain't wearing crimson, man, I'm just gonna say the syllable.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna say the words, right? So shout out to Kaden. I hope he come back. I hate when you love young baller, but if you come back, I'm all for you. If you don't come back, I'm still, either way, bro. It's just roll tide for me either way.
Yep, 100. In the end of the day, it's not like we all knew this prior to tonight, right? So like, was our mindset like, oh no, or oh yes? No, our mindset was locked on, just like the team is right now. Yeah. So just happy for him if comes back and can do what I think he can do. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. I'll let you guys get at it, man.
Look, Jake, before you go, I will give him credit if that's the case. I don't know that's the case, but if 100%. That's the case, I'll give him credit because it takes some maturity, man, to realize, you know what, dog, I made a mistake with this. Let me turn around and back up and let me go back, because I'm sure he still talked to the players, right? And it's going to take a lot of heart to walk back in that room, man. It's going to take a lot of heart to walk back in that room. I'm sure that the players will welcome him with open arms, but I'm sure that the older players going to have some talks with him. You know what I mean? Like, look, bro, hey,
Yeah.
And this is to all the haters who was hating on what Coach Saban was saying. This is what he was saying. You got young kids who are making decisions based off the wrong damn thing. Right?
That's 100 right there.
That's all I'll say. And that's all I'll say.
Yep. That is the true point to exactly what Saban was saying. This is why. So, but I'm going to let you guys jump back in there and get into your segment. And I appreciate you, Coach Sean. It's so good to see you. Coach Jay, good to see you too, man. I'm glad just to be back with all you guys. You know what I mean? And tonight's going to be fun. I know Coach Smook, y'all, like I told you, stick around tonight. Going to be a lot of good stuff later too with Coach Smook. So y'all have a great segment. Roll Tide. And glad I got to hang out with you undefeated. See you guys later. Peace.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Miro. All love, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Miro, man. I love Miro to death. He has some absolute awesome takes. Love listening to Miro, man. It don't get no better than that. And I speak for Coach Jay when I say shout out to Miro. Very, very lucky to have that young man back. And glad to be on the team with that guy. Shout out to the undefeated. What's up, Coach Jay? How you doing, bro?
What's going on, Coach Sean, man? I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling, man. Just ready to get into it.
Man. Coach Jay, is these boxes supposed to be this small? Is that how they supposed to be?
Oh, for the grab. Oh no.
Okay.
I think Coach Smook, he's producer's fixing it.
Smook, let me know if you backstage, and let me know if I need to hit that that spot. Let me know.
That might be Taylor. It could be. Yeah, we got two. We got our team, full team back there. So
yeah,
you're probably gonna
shout out to the undefeated. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Holler at them, Coach J. 1 minute. Let me holler at him for a second.
I got you. All right, let's see what we got here, man. Let's see. Ontario Moore, Caitlin, Jay Townsend in the building, of course. Let's see what else we got. We got Bino in the building. DR334 in the building. I see the usual suspects. We got around 359 people in the live chat. So make sure you guys like it up, spam it up, share it. Make sure that algorithm follows Bama football on YouTube, because the more likes you get, all of a sudden it tells the people that doesn't watch our channel, hey, check this out. Check it out, right? Slide in our DMs. We want people to slide in our DMs, right? I know most people don't want to have that. Most people don't want to read it. We're going to read it all. Slide to the DMs. Let's see what we got. We got Lieutenant Dan Gaming in the building. What's going on? Monica Hill in the building. Chris from New Jersey. What's going on? Right? Seeing the usual suspects. You know what I'm talking about, Coach Smook. Don't you act like you don't know you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Stop it. Let's see who else. Mike Fort. I see Mike Fort in the building.
Shout out to Mike.
Eric Branch in the building. Let's see John M in the building. Shout out to all our members. Shout out to the undefeated.
Shout out to the undefeated for sure. Everybody, man. Much love to you all. Glad you tapped in. Me and my brother, Coach Jay. Shout out to everybody in here. Roll Tide to you all. About to get it cracking. Got a few little things we're gonna speak on. But first, before we even dive in, Coach Jay, give me your spiel again on this Kaden Proctor news, because everybody talking about you coming back to Bama. I hadn't read that. I mean, and if he's true, he's waiting till spring. That's a lot of time to change your mind again. I mean, I you know me, bro. I don't get too high on stuff. I don't get too low. You know, I mean, okay. I mean, all right, I'll take it. You know, if that's the case. How do you feel for real about that, Coach Jay? What's your thoughts on that?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel nothing. Like from a if we're just describing by emotions, I don't feel happy about it. I'm not mad about it. You know, like I said, if he comes to Alabama, great, because I think tackle could be an issue, right?
Yeah.
The last couple years in the offensive line, whenever there's like glaring holes in the offensive line that we know needs to be addressed, but we're thinking that, hey, 4- and 5-star talent can cover it. It's been an issue for the last 3 years, mainly at tackle. Remember, we had to bring in Steen in to kind of address that from Vanderbilt. So overall wise, I feel nothing. But to me, honestly, you know, and like I said, maybe this sounds harsh. Once you leave, I'm not allowing you back in. You know, I understand kids make mistakes. I understand people make mistakes. I understand, listen, we're young. We're still trying to find ourselves. Coach Saban, he talked about the dangers of the transfer portal. He talked about the dangers of NIL. And let me tell you something, man. Kaden's lucky, right? He's lucky because a lot of players, they don't get that opportunity, right? Yeah. They don't get that opportunity because once you leave, man, you're not – I mean, that's it. You're trapped. Or you know, there's some people, and there's some people out there, like look at Jai Hall. Left Alabama, right? Could have had an opportunity to compete. Now he's stuck at Texas, and he's barely on the field.
Yep.
I don't think he has more than 10 catches at Texas. You know, so
I don't think he's at Texas anymore.
He might be in the transfer portal. He might be. I think he's still stuck because he still might be in the transfer portal. You know, most people, when they keep transferring in and out, no matter how talented you are, sometimes you're just not going to get the opportunity. And so for Kaden, he's going to get. A lot of people are going to want him, right? But I don't think it's it's not confirmed he's coming to Bama. I don't think it's confirmed that he's coming to Bama because who else? You could see him looking somewhere else. He could go to Oregon. He can go to Ohio State. They're looking for a tackle. You just don't know. Now, are we high? Are we the priority? Could be. And I know a lot of Bama fans are excited about it. For me, though, it's like this is kind of where I wish Kalen DeBoer had a little bit of Brent Venables in him, right? Yeah. That old school type coach. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll tell you a quick little tale. I transferred, right? This was back when I was in high school, so it's not that long ago. I transferred to go to a lower school, right? I was at the top school in the state, transferred to a lower school because I wanted the opportunity to play. I didn't get that much playing time, right? I had to compete against guys like Quadri Olson, who's in the NFL, right? I had to compete against a lot of those guys. All of a sudden, I did my 1 year, had a great year, was all state was all state in my region, but I wasn't getting the offers because the previous school that I was at, that was getting left all over. This is where the colleges, especially the Northeast and Midwest, they all look towards the universities. I got nothing but D2, D3 offers. And so I'm thinking to myself, man, did I make a mistake? Like, yeah, I had a great year, but did I make a mistake? All of a sudden, I wanted to transfer back to her, which you can. The coach can't deny my transfer. So I ended up retransferring back. But as soon as I got there, I didn't see the field anymore. My spot was taken. My spot was taken. I was on the bench. I wrote it out, and I actually ended up going to JUCO. I actually ended up going to JUCO ranks because of that. That screwed me over. My grades were crap. My grades started to slip because I was pissed off. I started to get depressed a little bit. So most people don't have a chance. And this is high school, college, doesn't really matter what level that you are at. Most people don't get that opportunity. And so Nick Saban talked about it. The dangers of the transfer portal, the dangers of NIL, that can screw you. That can screw you. And so for Kaden Proctor, if he does come back to Bama, I think that's great that's great for him. I think that could be great for his career. I think we're lucky right now that we don't have the tackle depth right now that he can literally come back and he can compete, right? It is you're gonna have brand new blocking schemes and whatsoever, and he's gonna have to relearn some things. But overall wise, because I think the tackle depth is so good, I'm gonna say it's crap. He's gonna have an opportunity to go out there and compete like nothing, like he didn't even leave in the first place. But I just like how I am, man. Like once you leave, man, like this is not 90210. You're not just gonna keep breaking up with me and thinking that you're just gonna get an opportunity. Yes, people make mistakes, but actions have consequences. You're gonna have to learn. You're gonna have to learn from your mistakes, because who's to say that he plays this year and then he ends up leaving for his junior season? I mean, we've seen it happen. We've seen this happen a multitude of times. So to me, it's just listen. I have no hate for Kadyn Proctor. I wish him nothing but the best. If he ends up coming to Bama, I hope he has a successful career, and I will support the man while he's here. But if he wants to go somewhere else, best of luck to him. I hope that he has a great career and he reaches his potential. But I'm about loyalty. Once you leave, man, that's it. That's it for me. I wish DeBoer would have a little bit of that Brent Venables mentality, because the dude doesn't even. I mean, once you decommit from Oklahoma, you can't commit to Oklahoma again. He's not going to take you in. You transfer from Oklahoma. We actually seen this happen. Once you like last year, the reason why Tyler Guyton started for Oklahoma and why he's going to be a first-round pick was because they had a tackle transfer. He wanted to transfer back because he realized he made the mistake. And Brent Venables said, no, you leave, you're gone. Tyler Guyton ended up being the tackle, and now he's going to end up being a first-round pick. That's why I think that's what I think kind of needs to happen for us. I think we need to teach these kids in a way, yes, go out there, explore your options, do what you need to do, what's best for you, but actions have consequences. You're gonna have to learn. Actions have consequences. You're gonna have to learn from your mistakes, and this is not Darien Lake. This is not Fantasy Island. You're not just gonna keep going on and off the ride. You either stay on the ride, or you don't. You go somewhere else. Go. You either ride on the Superman, or you can ride on the teacups. That's what you can do. Ride on the Superman, or ride on the teacups. You have a choice. And if you want to go with the teacups because it's easier for you, because that's a better opportunity for you, that's great. Listen, the teacups are famous. They're famous. Everyone rides on the teacups.
Sure.
Just like how everyone rides on the Superman. But I prefer to go on the best ride in the park instead of riding on the teacups, just because teacups. Because teacups, easier time. No competition, easier time, right? I can just chillax, relax the entire time. But I want to go on the frightening ride. I want to go on the ride that gives me the most adrenaline. I want to go on the ride that, for the most part, is really gonna test me out, because I'm scared of heights. So that's kind of how I feel about it. I don't know how you feel about it, Coach Sean. I know how Coach Smoot feels. He's gonna go on a longer tangent rant than I am gonna go on right now, but I don't know. But that's just me.
So here's what I believe, bro. I'm gonna give it to you straight, never late. For me, the truth is in the details, man. That's just me. Right, wrong, or indifferent. When I played this game, bro, I had the opportunity to play the HBCU. You know what I mean? I had a couple of offers. I chose the same school my mother went to. First couple of weeks, I thought it was a mistake, but it was the best move of my entire life. I'm still cool with all my teammates. Every homecoming, we get together, 30, 40 deep. Me and these boys have been cool for 20 plus years, man. We all got children now. I form relationships that when one of us pass away, we're going to be at each other's funeral. You know what I'm saying? Long lasting, real, hardcore. We know each other's families, relationships, right? And I understand what Adam is saying. The kid is young. They make mistakes. But this is the thing that people got to understand, man. This is what Coach Saban was talking about. When you throw money at a child, and no matter how big they are, they still children, especially when you're not even 21 years old, right? You make decisions that don't really support where you really want to be, man. I was taking therapy. I took my daughter to therapy the other day in the evenings, where I wasn't able to make the show. She had a late therapy appointment, and I saw this young man. I won't call his name. He's from right here. I better not even say what school he go. He going to Mississippi State. Let's just put it like that. He's from right here. If you're from the Madison area, you probably already know what I'm talking about. He was in there. He had arm therapy. He had his arm in a sling. He was in there taking therapy. Played here at Madison Academy. And the therapist he was talking about Jalen Miro. He was talking about Jalen Miro, and he was talking about how Will and Bryce played in the game when they didn't have to, and he was talking about how Jalen Miro, if we had a bowl game, we was talking about whether Jalen would play or not, and the therapist told him Jalen would play, and then the dude turned around and was like, Jalen don't owe them nothing. He don't owe them nothing, So I that is the mindset of these kids today. You have to understand, for all the people that want to give these kids 19 chances, you got to understand, man, you're not dealing with the kid from your day. You're dealing with kids that are trained to be about themselves. I'm around these high school kids. These kids, I hear what they talk about. I see them at the camps. I see some of the top kids. These kids are programmed to not give a damn. You understand what I'm saying? They're raised to worry about self. So as a grown man, the last thing I'm gonna do is get on here and cry about a kid, whoop de whoop. Some of these fans, when the kids transfer, they go in on the kid, talking crazy about him. At the end of the day, for me, for Coach Sean, if he come back, like Coach Jay say, thank God, love to have him. We weak at tackle. If he don't come back, okay, right? I'm fine either way, because we had young men on this roster who didn't leave. So I want everybody to think about, if he do come back, what Wilkin Formby gonna think? What Miles McVay gonna think? We didn't leave, right? You gonna put this dude over us, right? So it's a lot of different angles you could take on this, man, right? I would welcome Kaden back with open arms because I'm a true Bama fan, just like Coach Jay and anybody on the staff would. But at the same time, man, this is not 2000 football. This is not 1999 football. You're going to see a lot of this. You're going to see a lot of this. And Luke Skywalker talked bad about Coach Saban, called him a racist and all this other stuff, when all Coach Saban was trying to do is tell you this is going to happen, and it just might happen to you on your roster. Fan, it just might happen to your team, to one of your top players. Because anytime money gets into the mix, it clouds your judgment, especially when it's a nice, pretty dollar. It clouds your judgment. So I'm not mad at Kaden. I'm not excited for Kaden. I'm just here, which way God take him, I'll support it, right? But I'm a player's coach. I understand how the players feel when things like this happen. Now, the players are professional. They'll get on. If they're asked about it, you'll never know if they feel some kind of way. You'll never know. Especially at Bama. These players are not the kind of kids to beat up another teammate, right? But at the same time, if you don't put your foot down and teach kids, there's consequences. Like Coach Jay said, there's consequences, man. Then don't be mad if this happens again. Don't be upset. Don't be mad. Don't you dare hop online talking bad about him. Don't tweet nothing, right? Don't say nothing bad about him. None of that goofy stuff that we do as fans, because once I'm just okay. He back. Shout out to you, bro. But I know Elijah Pritchard didn't leave. I know Malachi Moore didn't leave. Wilkin Formby and Miles McVay didn't leave. They toughed it out. They all could have left. Hell no, they wasn't leaving. They keeping the crimson on, whatever. So I ain't finna jump up and click my damn heels. No, that'll be a smack in the face to the kids that stayed here, right? So I wouldn't turn them away, because if you got the cojones to walk back in that door and say, okay, I made a mistake, I want to come back, cool. We're gonna welcome you, we're gonna love on you, we're gonna hug you as a fan base, but we're gonna take you behind, we're gonna smack you around a little bit and let you know that was foul. I'm not gonna fuss at you in public. It's just like my homeboys when we was young. We get into it at the clubs. Even if my partner was wrong, I ain't gonna let the people we get into it with know it. I'm gonna wait till we get home. Like, man, what you doing? That was stupid, right? So that's just the way love go. I'm not gonna excoriate you to the public, but I'm gonna get you behind closed doors and let you know, brother, that was foul. That was foul. Don't do that. We're a family. Come on, man. And that's just how I feel about it. You know what I mean? ESPN, Coach Jay. ESPN is finally going to be the home to the remainder of the college football playoffs. Now, I didn't personally think the college football player was going to go anywhere else other than ESPN. I don't give a damn what nobody tell us. Oh, Fox and all this stuff. ESPN, bro, it's going to be on there. So what does that mean, Coach Jay? What does that mean? The college football playoff and ESPN announced a 7.8, not million with an M, billion with a B, deal Tuesday that will give the network exclusive rights to the expanded postseason. Here's the deal, through 2031. What do you think about that, Coach Jay?
Well, it just means that the SEC and the Big Ten once again are going to just dominate. You know, it just once again kind of reaffirms who is in control of college football right now. And so, listen, I'm not surprised by this at all. Like you just said, Fox, which normally like Big Ten goes to Fox, sometimes Big 12 not anymore because they made a contract with CBS. But no one's going to listen to Gary Danielson and what's his name try to broadcast the playoff game. No one's again. Gus Johnson. I wish Gus Johnson was on ESPN because and I like Joe Platt too, but the Fox ratings have been garbage. It's been terrible, right? The only game that matters for the Big Ten network was Ohio State and Michigan at the end of the year. Besides that, their ratings were garbage. So ESPN, the fact that they're in control, it's not surprising at all for me. It just kind of reaffirms who's in control, who's in complete power of this entire thing at all. And listen, you know, they have bowl selection. Like they have bowl selections. They host the most games anyway out of all the major networks. I think kind of the question is, will these games be streamed, right? Will some of these games potentially be streamed? And that's going to strip away that for cable because ratings have gone down a lot more. Like streaming is out competing. They're out competing against cable. So, that's kind of a question is where do some of those games go on? Because, you don't want to have a situation where you have 2 or 3 games at the same time. And yes, one could be on ABC. The other one could be on ESPN. But what you gonna put the other one on Disney Channel?
Facts.
Because this is what no one's talking about. Yes, ESPN has the right, but Disney owns ESPN. They own these major networks. That's a plus for them. You think a lot of that money is not just going to go to ESPN. That's going to Disney. A lot of that money is going to go into them. So they're going to have direct control as far as where these games are going to be watched. And so it'll be interesting to see what kind of happens in the time schedule and frame. Because I don't think we got the date for the championship game, and that's going to be literally in late January for some weird reason. But we don't know when these games are going to be played, right? Is it going to be like mid-December? Are these games going to be stretched to January? And right, a lot of these games are going to be major. They're going to be New Year's 6 bowl games, so potentially played on that early January period. But still, I'm just not surprised by it at all. I don't see any other kind of major network taking control. NBC I think is not there yet. I think Notre Dame is kind of their only big platform. Maybe Peacock can do something in the future. But overall wise, no, I'm not surprised by this.
It's crazy because it says when I read it, it said that the conference agreed to at least 12 teams, a 12-team playoff, and they'll get all the rights starting in 2026. But more expansion could be on the way, right? The guy, I think his name was Bill Hancock. They did talk about Notre Dame, the pretty much the compromise of Notre Dame, and its athletic director having been on the table now for them possibly joining a conference. So that's crazy. But I figured ESPN was going to get the rights to all these things. I figured when you're that big of a sports broadcast entity with a conglomerate of Disney and ABC and all these different other things. I mean, I figured that. I figured as much, and again, it's like we always said through all these shows, it's all about money. We all know that. I think all fans know it, right? They don't even try to hide it anymore. I read today where they're trying to change the basketball. They talking about trying to at least having talks about changing the basketball, changing the March Madness segments and formats and things of that nature. So it's all about money, guys. Shout out to Mike Ford talking about 2031. Mike Ford crazy, but yeah, man, it's crazy, Coach Jay. It's all about money. The change seems to never stop nowadays, right? It's crazy. It's crazy, and nothing we hear as fans should shock us, man. Nothing should shock us. Mm-hmm. Nope. And to segue into that, Coach Jay, nothing should shock us. Clemson is suing the ACC.
Oh, what a surprise!
Yeah,
what a surprise!
Do you remember, Coach Jay, when we talked about a few segments ago that everybody's posturing right now? Everybody's trying to get in where they fit in. Clemson is trying to start the rotational tables of I want my place in. Clemson can probably see that this thing is moving toward 2 major conferences. We talked about that. And Clemson is taking the first steps to get the hell out of the ACC, right? How long it's going to take, nobody knows. But I read that where they are suing the ACC. They filed a lawsuit against the ACC in Pickens County, South Carolina. It's a suit where they're for some reason they signed that grant of rights for, was it 30 years or something of that nature? It was some type of grant of rights they signed way back in whenever, and I think it was for 30 years, if I'm not mistaken, which was ridiculous to sign something like that. But they are letting it be known. We are taking you to litigation. We are doing what we got to do to let you release us. The grant of rights goes to 2036. So Clemson is trying to pay the exit fee and get the hell out of ACC. What you think about that, Coach Jay? I'm
not surprised by this at all. You see what Florida State's trying to do. They're trying to get out of there. Clemson's trying to get out of there. Yeah, it's going to be 2 conferences, guys, and I'm probably going to predict by 2030 it's going to happen. You saw what happened. The fact that the SEC and the Big Ten are controlling the majority of the revenue we're talking about between conferences, with Notre Dame being tied with the ACC and the Big 12 as far as money shared, which I don't know how a single school somehow, some way is earning the exact same amount of money as the ACC conference and the Big 12. That should tell you all you need to know about this, guys. That should just tell you everything about the know. We're about to go to 2 conferences. Conference, like this is about to be the AFC and the NFC conference. The conference championship games are going to have a completely different meaning, because that's probably going to be the deterrent as far as who's going to make it to the national championship game. This is what we're going towards, guys. Right? We are, as Bama fans, we're safe. We have nothing to worry about. We're just kicking our feet up, enjoying it, eating popcorn, and letting the rest of these fools go out there and do this mess. But I'm not surprised about this at all. The ACC has no power. They have pretty much no power at all. It's a shame what's kind of happening to the conference based off of the history. But I'm not surprised about this. We saw once Florida State, when there were rumors that they wanted to get out, because you saw how they were denied to get into the college football playoff, yet somehow, some way, one of the people that actually voted against them was the ACC representee in the college football playoff. No one wants to talk about that. But the writing was on the wall there, guys. The conference to join in 3 to 4 years is the Big Ten and the SEC. And I think once you see it in this season, where you're going to have the most teams from these conferences join the playoffs, that the writing is going to be on the wall, guys. Everything everything's going to be put out on the table by the time we get to around 2030. It's going to be crazy. But it's no shock. It's no shock at all what Clemson wants to leave out. I would leave out if I was them too. The ACC is a mess. The Big 12 is a mess right now. They're scrambling to get teams to join their conferences. The Pac-12. You saw how mess that was. 10 teams are gone. You're now in the Pac-2. So this is what it's coming down to, guys. If it can happen to the Pac-12 conference, which has history, which has been around for a while, it can happen to any other conference except you're the SEC and the Big Ten, because you control. They have the most power. They control the majority of the revenue that's going on to them so far, and it is what it is.
I say, shout out to Nicole Covington, Marquita, Caitlin Ingle, Buck, Joshua Ray, everybody in the chat, Dr. 334, Jared, everybody that's in here, man. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys. We both appreciate you guys tapping in. At the end of the day, it's just like Coach Jay said, you can be from whatever conference, but when you look at college baseball, SEC, Vandy, LSU, Florida, that's SECs, we won almost every year. Look at college football. Michigan won this year, and that's the first time a Big Ten school won since 2014, right? Look at volleyball. Look at girls basketball, all SEC. South Carolina dominating that now. LSU, look at all the sports that's just revenue-generated sports. The SEC is dominating them, doing their thing, if you take the history of those sports. And And so it's just like Coach Jay said, Clemson see the writing on the wall. Clemson is the second school to sue the ACC. Of course, we know Florida State sued them. They brought a suit against the conference in a move to do the same type of thing. And I read where Clemson and Florida State are connected. They have talked behind the scenes. They're connected on the future and making a potential exit from that conference. So it's just like Coach Jay said, in the future, it looks like this thing is moving toward two major conferences. I think the Big Ten brought in more money than the SEC, but the Big Ten has more revenue generated sports. Like they have things like hockey and stuff like that we don't have. That's not a revenue generated sport. But if you broke it down to just football alone, the SEC made more than any other conference in the country. Just if you just really looking at football, right? As an entire conference, I think we had somewhere around 790 million, and the Big Ten had around 800 and something million. But again, they have more revenue generated sports. But football wise, the SEC is the leader. You can go look that up. So who knows what this future holds? I think it's just like Coach Jay said. I think it's going to have divisions just like the AFC and the NFC. And again, you guys have heard me say this umpteenth times, right? But I'm going to say it until people really understand. People that's been college football fans understand USC is in the Big Ten, man. A Los Angeles school is in the Big Ten. And if that can happen, anything can happen. Right, Coach Jay? If that can happen, anything can happen. Texas to the SEC wasn't really a shocker that much. Shout out to AMH, new member. Shout out to UAMH. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for being a member. I know Kyle and the staff appreciates it as well. And me and Coach Jay, thank you for that. And we really glad you're a member, man. Shout out to you and thank you. What's up, Jay Townsend? How you doing, man? I apologize. I didn't get to holler at everybody. I was fiddling with this stuff over here. So yeah, Monica Hill, what's up with you? So it is what it is. And if you're looking for football to be the same, I think those days are gone, Coach Jay. And I think it's not turning around, it's not going backwards. What you think about the players that's gonna be in Pro Day, Coach Jay? Thank you, muted.
There you go. I was muted. Is Kool-Aid, is he participating in his Pro Day?
I don't know. It's hold on, look.
I know he was hurt.
Yeah, it's got him on the list.
Okay,
it's got him on the list.
He's got to have a big Pro Day because Bama fans were mad about this earlier. Mel Kiper released his list as far as who's going to be in the first round. Of course, Mel Kiper, he is the least for a guy who created the mock draft. That dude has got to be the worst analyst when it comes to mock drafts. I mean, anybody can be more accurate than Mel Kiper. But I do agree with this sentiment that I think Kool-Aid is in danger of not going in the first round, not because he's not talented. We all know how good of a football player he is, but we all know how important off-season events. We all know how important that is. That's extremely important when we talk about the NFL. Shout out to Jay Townsend for gifting one membership for Bama Football on YouTube. We appreciate you so much, Jay Townsend. Of course, always coming clutch.
Thank you, Jay.
We know how important it is, right? Senior Bowl, East-West Shrine Game, NFL Scouting Combine, right? We've seen people rise and we've seen people fall. Quentin Mitchell was one of my favorite cornerbacks coming out the draft anyway, but he went from being maybe like CB5 to probably being CB2 right now, all because he did everything right. He had a great season coming out of a small school like Toledo. He had a phenomenal Senior Bowl week of practice, I think he played in the game as well, had a phenomenal game, dominated the NFL Scouting Combine, and now he's going to be in a situation where he's going to be CB2. We also have to factor in this. Look at the value of tackles. There could be a chance where you're going to see 7 to 8 tackles taken in the first round. This is the loaded tackle class. We all know that's a premium position, which earns premium dollars. We all know how valuable that position is. So you look at offensive tackles, edge rushers. There's probably going to be maybe 3 or 4 edge rushers taken in the first round. I hate to say it. I don't think J.J. McCarthy's a first-round prospect, but the Vikings love him a lot. The Broncos like him a lot. There's a lot of teams that are quarterback needy. So when you take a look at a lot of these things, where's Kool-Aid's place? Where's he going to fall? Could he go to the Detroit Lions? That could be a spot for him. Could he go to Philadelphia? That could be a spot for him as well. But you got to take into factor, Nate Wiggins ran a 4.28 at 6'2", 170. He's one of the best zone coverage players in this draft. He went from being a CB6 to now being to potentially being CB3. So he needs to do well in this He needs to do well because the combine matters. The Senior Bowl week matters. And the fact that he didn't really participate in all that, it could work for some players. Like it could work for Marvin Harrison Jr. or Caleb Williams, who are certified. Kool-Aid going into this thing was top 10 before the season. After the season, a lot of people, including us, think that Terrion Arnold was better for this season. And so Terrion Arnold is probably going to be CB1 or CB2. And even then, he ran a 4.55 in his combine. That's probably going to hurt him because of what Quinn Mitchell and Nate Wiggins, what they were able to do for their combine. So he needs to have a great pro day. Again, does he need to have the fastest 40? No, because I don't think he's faster than Terrion. I'll be honest with you. If he would have run that combine, he probably would have been a second rounder because I think he would have ran a 4.6 or a 4.59. He's not fast, right? He's very, very technically sound. He can be extremely physical. He's a big corner, but he's not fast. So we'll see what kind of happens with him. I know he's going to have a great offseason. I know he's going to have a great workout, on the field workout. A lot of teams are going to be impressed with the drills. I don't, again, I think his vertical I think he's going to have a great vertical if he tests that. But he's not a speedster. And I think that you're talking about a league which is all about speed. I mean, Xavier Worthy went from being a second round pick to now being potentially a first round pick because he broke John Ross's 40-yard record.
Yeah, he'll definitely be first round.
He didn't run any receiving drills. He didn't do anything else. He didn't do the gauntlet drill, which is very, very important. He didn't do anything like that. And he's a first rounder because he ran a 4.21 in the combine. Keon Coleman, who was a certified first round pick, is now probably a second rounder to a late first rounder because he ran a 4.6. Yeah. Well, he ran 23 miles per hour in the gauntlet drill. Like these things matter, guys. And so Bama fans, we can be upset as much as we want to, as far as being upset that Kool-Aid's not being mocked in the first round anymore. But this is the reality of the situation, guys. You have to show, when you're not a certified guy, you got to show something. And so this is going to be a big pro day for him. I think Justin Agbobi needs to have a big pro day as well. I think Terrion Arnold and J.C. Latham and I think Dallas Turner, I think they've done enough. They're going to compete and they're going to try to help their stock, but they've done enough. I think they've done enough to be certified first rounders. Chris Braswell could show something, but I think he's stuck as a second rounder. I don't think he's going to do anything to make scouts think that he's going to be a first round pick. I think he's an early second round guy. But I think the one person on this team that really needs to improve that stock is Kool-Aid, just because of what everybody else has done for their workouts.
First of all, shout out Marquita. Shout out LaQuasia Gordon. You need some decor, you make sure you holler at LaQuasia. Shout out Jag, ATL in the house, my partner Jag, love her to death, David, Joshua, Caitlin, everybody, Sean Williams. What's up to all y'all, man? For me, you got Terry Young, Chris Braswell, Jermaine Burton, Darian Darcourt, Justin Ibobi, Jalen Key, J.C. Latham, Trez Marshall, Chase McClellan, Kool-Aid Dallas, and Will Riker.
Mm-hmm.
To me, Jace McClellan can make some good money if he come out and dominate. Come out and run a good 40. He don't got to be a 4.3 guy. If he come out and run a 4.4, 4.5, high 4.5, and do the drills, look quick, look fast, because Jace can catch the ball. If Jace come out and just beat Jace, I think Jace can make himself some money. I think Justin Ibobi has already made himself some money. Somebody who I think is slipping right now, I think Jalen Key is slipping right now. I think Jalen Key needs a big pro day. I think he needs a big pro day. He might not get drafted. Yeah, he needs a big pro day, man. Big pro day. I think Trez Marshall, if he come out and because the NFL is always looking for thumpers who can still run at that position. If he come out and run a fast 40, I think he can place himself in some late rounds and some decent rounds. But I do think everybody else. I think Will to be a kicker is going to get drafted late. You know, you got to be a pretty good kicker to get drafted. I think Will is going to get drafted. Darian Dogcourt, I think Darian's probably going to get a free agent contract or something of that nature. But he still needs to come out and show some, some punch, show some strength, show some good hands, in the pro day. I think we're probably going to have as many as probably 10 guys drafted, I think. 9.
Which is average.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just average. Yeah, exactly. And, just another year for Bama, The only other school that can compete with us of late is Georgia. That's the only one. It's not Ohio State. It's not even Michigan. Michigan had a great year this year. You get them all the praise and all the respect this year. But when you look at every other year, it's been Bama and Georgia. Gil Cruz, hold up, man. I ain't even see my partner in here, man. Shout out to Gil.
Oh, Gil
Cruz. Shout out to Gil, man. Roll Tide to you, Gil. We didn't see you, brother. Keeping you in the prayers as we always do, man. And
yes,
love
sir.
to see you up in here, man. Me and Coach Jay both love to see you in here, brother. Tap in with us, man. Might have to get you on, man. Might have to get Coach Smoot to do one of those,
those Discord calls.
Yeah, man. Get everybody linked up. You know what I mean? So shout out to Gil Cruz. Really, really respect and love that you up in here, man. Oh, got Caitlin with the $5 super chat. Roll Tide undefeated. Much love to y'all and our guys on the screen. Caitlin, you always appreciate it. You know that. You are our sister. We really appreciate it. Thank you. You one of the leaders of the undefeated. We really, really, really appreciate you. You always do a great job along with everybody else. And we really, really, really thank you for that. Roll Tide to you all, to you and your families. So yeah, Coach Jay, I think this pro day is going to be important, and we'll see how the young players do. And last but not least, Jerry Jeudy. As we all know, Jerry Jeudy is on the Cleveland Browns now with his idol. He said growing up they looked up to Coop, and I had forgot that him and Calvin Ridley used to live together. And coming up, Amari, they all South Florida boys, and coming up, Amari was the guy they all emulated. They all tried to run their routes like Amari, that hard stop, that knee breaking stop, sink your hips, cut on a dime, knee buckle route runners. That's what Amari Cooper was, coming from Northwestern, Booker T, one of those schools in Florida, with Teddy Bridgewater. And so Jerry talked about it, and they just extended Jerry. Jerry was up for a contract, and they gave him a 3-year contract extension worth up to $58 million. So I didn't like Jerry going to Denver from the beginning. I don't think Jerry really excelled, believe it or not, playing the inside, playing the slot at Alabama. He played, obviously, the X. He played the Y, played all 3 positions. At Bama, at that time, you had to learn all 3 positions. But I think they didn't really use Jerry to his abilities. They allowed, was it Sutton to be their number 1 receiver? I think Jerry coming in with Cleveland Browns, I think you are not going to be able to roll coverage to Amari. I think Jerry's out. He got something to prove. I think it's up to the quarterback situation in Cleveland now. I think Deshaun has to play well. You got a tight end in Njoku who's awesome. You got Amari Cooper, 1,000-yard receiver for years on one side, and Jerry Jeudy on the other side. Come on, man. It's no excuse. They know Jeudy is going to go off. That's why they gave him this contract. And, what's your thoughts on Jerry Jeudy, Coach Jay?
I like Jerry Jeudy. I like him a lot. I know in Denver, for the most part, he just couldn't stay healthy in Denver. I thought his role also, too. Again, he's not the role that they kind of played him as, like more as an outside guy. I kind of disagree with that a little bit because he's a technician, right? He's a technician. He's one of the most, like, even this year, this year is considered a down year for Jerry Jeudy. He still was top. I think he was still in the top 1% of the league in separation. The dude knows how to separate after the catch. He's brutal. He knows exactly, he knows how to do it all. Again, he's not the biggest guy. He's not the greatest blocker in the world. I thought Denver just put him on a role where he just wasn't extremely familiar with. But I like the move to Cleveland. I like it a lot. And we got super chat. I didn't even see that. Let's see. Juvie 86 with the $5 super chat. He says, "Roll Tide. What's good, fellas? What's going on, brother? What is
going on?" Shout out to Juvie. Love you to death, Juvie. I appreciate you.
What's going on with that? But Yeah, listen. The move to Cleveland is going to it's an interesting one because he's playing with Deshaun Watson, and if Deshaun Watson can get back into form, I think he can have a really, really good year. Right? Amari Cooper has had a fantastic career ever since he got traded to the Browns. Right? He's been the primary number one guy there. I think Jeudy kind of being that second guy there, being that route technician. I think he's going to be like a little bit like Jordan Addison was at Minnesota. But this could be a really, really good situation for him, or this could be a bad situation for him. Because you saw what happened when he was the number 2 option with Denver and the role that they kind of put him in. And he just didn't really see that much production. And then you have to add on injuries onto the factor. It just wasn't really the best situation for him. But he did get paid. I will say that. He got paid this coming. I didn't think he was going to get $19 million a year. I didn't think he was going to get that. I thought he was probably going to, if he got any sort of extension, I thought he was probably going to be in the realm of getting maybe around 12 to 13 million. But he got, I think, close to $19.5 million for 3 years. That's pretty damn impressive. That's almost $20 million a year. That's fantastic. But they believe in him. They love his upside. And listen, if you're going to pay him that much money, he better get over at least 80 to 90 targets, maybe even 100 targets. If you're going to incorporate him in this offense, you have to really, you have to look at his strength, look at his weaknesses, and the quarterback has got to make it right. They wanted to add another weapon for Deshaun Watson. They got that weapon for him. Now it's up to that Browns offense and Deshaun, because the offensive line wasn't the issue. The offensive line was great. The running game was great, and hopefully Nick Chubb can come back healthy, because I know he suffered a devastating injury, which could be career-ending. Hopefully he can recover for that, because he adds a lot to that run game. But the offensive line won't be the problem. The biggest issue for them was the quarterback. Deshaun Watson was inconsistent, and Joe Flacco was the backup quarterback. And yes, he put up a bunch of yards, but he also threw a bunch of interceptions, a bunch of turnovers.
Yeah.
When we got to the Texans game, he threw 5 picks? So they need an established quarterback to get these guys the football. The weapons are there. They just got to have somebody that can just that can take control of the offense and hopefully can deliver a lot of those passes to both Jeudy and to Cooper.
I agree. I think the quarterback is the spot. Shout out to Kimberly Harmon. Shout out to Marquita. Shout out to Cynthia Middleton. Shout out to everybody loves Ebony, Sun, Joshua. You know what I mean? Shout out to Brian Russell. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to everybody, man. Jared, Matt Farms, Sean Williams, Run the Table. Shout out to Bell. Everybody, we up in here, man, doing our thing, man. My partner, Gil Cruz. Love when Gil up in here, man. Mike Fort. Enjoy Gil being up in here for sure, man. Chris Solo. Everybody. Jarvis, hold up, man. Man, what's up, Jarvis, man? I call you Jarvis. What's up, Jarvis? Man, where you been, bro? Partner Jarvis in the house, man. That's my brother, man. Got Jay down here. Let me get to you, Jay. Where you at? There you go. Jay Townsend. Boom. Roll Tide undefeated. I'm really excited. Can't wait to see how many Bama players will be selected in the draft. Let's represent Bama. Already know. $5 super chat from the man himself, OG Jay Townsend. Shout out to you, Jay. You much appreciated. One of the leaders in here again. Really love you guys. Dr. 334, what's up, man? All the homies in here. KT, what's up, KT? Thank you, Jay. We appreciate you for that, man. It's much love to you. And likewise, I can't wait to see how many players get drafted as well. Really interested in seeing how this season goes. It's really interesting, man, because you got Josh in Green Bay, right? I seen what they gave Josh, so I don't blame him for going to Green Bay. I mean, I'll go out on the limb right now and say Doug Peterson is a hell of a coach. Trevor Lawrence has not been healthy for 2 seasons. He sees that Mac can play. He was in a horrible situation in New England. You gave him a defensive coordinator as a damn offensive coordinator. The guy that used to be the coach of the Lions, keep the pencil behind his ear. What's his name? Matt with the beard. The guy that was the Patriots, the Detroit Lions head coach before this guy.
Matt Patricia. Yeah. Pencil.
Yes, he's a defensive coordinator, man, and he was running the offense for Mac. Mac made the Pro Bowl his first season. You better believe it. And you heard it here now. Let Trevor start getting hurt. Let Trevor start getting hurt. Mac Jones will be in that game. Mac is from Jacksonville. He gonna have something to prove, and you better believe that kid is gonna have something to play. What's up, Jarvis? Man, I'm glad you're up in here, Jarvis, bro. So I'm really excited for all the Bama players. But I just want to go on record and say this. Shout out to Coach Smoot. I told you guys, and this is no Sean Stradamus moment. I just figured Lamar Jackson. I went back and looked at the stats. Lamar Jackson has been the Ravens' top rusher since his rookie year. Right, his rookie year, he had like 695 yards, and somebody had like 714. Right. Other than that year, Lamar has been the lead rusher, the damn quarterback. Ingram. Okay. Other than that season, Lamar Jackson has been the leading rusher of his team for 6 seasons, man. Right? The man have over 100 carries, 170, 150, 140. That's ridiculous. And he won the MVP like that, man. Get Lamar Jackson. I said back in January, get this man a running back, that he can turn around, hand the ball to, take some pressure off of him. What this is going to do, this is going to allow Lamar to pick his spots when he want to run, right? That's our division. They will be dangerous. I promise you that. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to the undefeated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the Ravens, how they kind of do theirs, man. It's a running back by committee. So I'm curious to see how it is, because Derrick Henry, he's a volume carrier, right? You're not just going to give him 10 to 11 carries and think that he's just going to get you 100, 200 yards a game. No, he needs 20, 30 carries, right? He's a rare specimen. That it's crazy, because at 30, a lot of people think, well, he's 30 years old, he can't be productive. Oh, he can be productive. Will he get over 200 carries? Probably, because that's about 10 carries. That's kind of like around 10 carries, or I think sorry, my math is off. I think that's a little bit, I think like 13, 14 carries, somewhere around that ballpark. But it is a running back committee. They love to have normally a 3-headed monster to kind of get it back there. Normally it's Justice Hill, it's Gus Edwards, and then you have somebody else. I know Mark Ingram was a part of that fold. They had, I think Keaton Hill was that guy for like a little bit. So it's interesting, because Justice Hill is not there. Or I think I don't know. I know Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards was that guy as well, but Gus Edwards is gone. He's with the LA Chargers. So I'm interested to see what Derrick Henry can do there. Obviously, I think in the NFL, playing in this offense in this type of scheme, it's going to be interesting, because I think he's not as familiar. But like I said, hopefully he can have success. And we'll see.
Let me say this real quick, Coach Jay. Lamar Jackson will have his best passing year this coming up season. And Sweet Home Bama 20, you watch, because they won't be able to stack the box for him. They'll stack it for Derrick, which will give him opportunities in the pass game. Sweet Home Bama 24. No, we don't have Matt Condon anymore. We have Arthur, the guy who was the Atlanta Falcons head coach last year. He's our offensive coordinator right now. Yeah, that guy. Arthur Smith.
Which is dumb, because Matt Canada has been fired from everywhere he's been at. Like when LSU said no to him, when LSU fired him because he kept running all those jet sweeps.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, why is it that he just keeps getting a job he's been fired from everywhere that he's gone to?
Mm-hmm. Man, look, if Bill O'Brien can get a job, anybody can get a job, all right?
I don't even know why he got a job. Look at the Patriots.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think he's going to do all right at Boston College, man, believe it or not. I really do. I think that fit him to a T, like a glove.
What's all right? Meaning like he's not going to get fired in 4 years? Or
I think he's going to win 7-8 games at Boston College every year.
Nah, Sean, come on.
I think
What quarterback he going to find, or what athletes he going to be able to find to run his offense? And it be
because that conference he playing is,
It is, but what athletes? Like no.
If he doesn't run the offense and he lets somebody else take in command and control,
it'll have something. Yeah, but who's going to want to play for Bill O'Brien? Like kids do not like Bill O'Brien. That's like a known thing amongst like this generation. Bill O'Brien is not liked amongst this generation. And then did you see the Twitter reactions when Milroe made that statement last year during the playoffs?
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, it was like a crazy amount of recruits was like, yeah, man. And people was coincided with Monroe, like Bill O'Brien being there made it easy not to pick Bama. You know, Trayshawn Holden, all them boys, it made it easy for them to leave with Bill O'Brien being here.
I think he from that area. He gonna run that slow pace offense. I think he gonna win some games at Boston College up there. I at Chestnut Hill. I think he gonna do all right up there. Okay, for what they. But you know, Chestnut Hill is sort of like Kentucky used to be. If they win 7 games, that's a win. That's a great season for those guys.
I will say this, man. The ACC is terrible.
Terrible. Super terrible.
Terrible. Just terrible.
If Miami, if they don't win, if Miami doesn't win 10 games, if they don't go 10-1 in that conference, then he needs to get fired. He's got to get fired. There's no reason why Miami win 10 games.
Don't look now, but if Mario don't get it done this year, brother, you might be on something. Seriously.
He's got to go. This is the weakest I have never seen the ACC conference be this weak. There's no perennial contender. You know, Florida State is going to be a favorite. Clemson is going to be Clemson. They're going to win 9-10 games. But outside of that, everyone sucks. Because everyone's gone. They transferred. They either transfer or leave it to the NFL.
All right, fellas. Yeah. Tonight's crazy. I would love to have y'all on, but tonight is huge. We got so much news coming in. My phone hasn't stopped.
Oh, I know.
My phone has not stopped. And the more information I keep running up on Coach Sean and Coach Jay, the more crazy this whole transfer portal stuff. And I'm not happy because of what's coming back. I'm happy because we literally called this when we said the floodgates were going to open. We thought it was going to be Judgment Day. What'd you call it, Jay?
Judgment Day, man. I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna create a theme song, man. You know how you go to church, man, and they be like, "Horses." Yeah. That's what I'm gonna start. I'm telling you, man. When we get to April 17th, 20th, man, I'm singing. I'm singing the entire time.
Bro, like the amount of stuff that's happening right now for this, oh my God.
Look, so I'm gonna get up out of here and let you cook, man. We'll tap back in with you tomorrow or Thursday, whichever one we go on. I'll be tapped in listening. Coach Jay, I appreciate you tonight, man. Shout out to the entire panel, the undefeated.
You must got something cooking. You must just got some food got done because that's the only reason you be eating.
No, bro. I just want to listen. I just want to kick back and listen. I'm gonna put my little phone on and kick back and listen, man. You know, I like to help Mia with her homework. They got this crazy math, man, giving us some problems, man. So I'm finna hook it up, man. Shout out to all y'all. I'm gonna be listening to you. I want to hear what you say about this Kaden stuff.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and let it rip on that. But
you do that first. You gonna do that first?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that first.
Yeah, all right, I'll be there. Coach Jay, I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to the undefeated, man. Roll Tide to everybody,
man. Roll Tide, bro. Oh, they both dipped out. I thought Coach Jay was gonna give me a little outro. But anyways, y'all. Let's jump into the shout outs because I want to show some love. We're gonna run the commercial, and when I come back from the commercial, ain't no more Mr. Nice Guy. So run up the Coach Smook emotes, man. I'm hyped. One, I'm not too excited about the Kaden Proctor news, but at the same time, I understand, just like I understand when he left. Y'all remember, I wasn't too big on it when he left, but I understood, right? And so now I understand. And I have people that are in my circle that know my true feelings towards it, right? And it's no secret. But I just tweeted something out, and we're live, and we're here. Y'all run up the emotes. Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We hype right now. Your boy Coach Smook is hype. I mean, like, this weekend for Bama and recruiting is gonna be crazy. I'm not gonna give it to y'all right now. Listen, Nicole in the chat, what's good, family? Marquita, what's good? Carla, how you feeling? My people. Let's go. Buck is in the chat. Buck, I seen you making excuses for Kaden. I'm gonna shut him down, though. I'm gonna tell you why. And it's not a bad thing. It's just the truth. It's just life. Sweet Home Bama 24 in the chat. Steven Angle in this building. Let's go. Kimberly Harmon in the building. Mike Fort, that's my guy. Travelpreneur Sports is in the building. Jake, my brother, what's good, man? He said he was gonna spin a block to get the insight, to get the scoop, right? Bama fan, what's good, my brother? Hacker Music, what's good? Matt Farms, everybody in the chat, man. The Quasia, Matt Farms, my brother, my big brother Sean just, hey, y'all seen him tap off? He said gonna tap in. He tapped in for real. He ready to see what's up. Everybody in the chat, man, run it up. Make sure you run the likes up. Make sure you already shared the stream because we got a special guest. But not only do we have a special guest, I get to go on my rant after this commercial. So let's pay some bills real quick. Y'all check out this sponsor. Hey, and then we're gonna get into it. Here we go. Kyle, take it away, my guy.
Special thanks to our sponsor, Residence in Ocean City, Maryland. Guests can book at residenceinOC.com. Use the promo code LPR for special Bama football pricing up to 20% off. Also, go to therogueshop.com. Use the promo code Bama. You get legal CBD. For me, personally, I like the topical oil. You know how intense my workouts are, right? So I like the topical oil. I like to rub that on my back, whatever, after those cinder blocks. So go to their website, cruise down, look through their website, and definitely check out rogueshop.com. And like I said, I like the topical. Again, the promo code is Bama. Also, think about becoming a fan funder right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Become a part of the Undefeated as low as $2.99 a month. That's 10 cents a day. How do you do this? Make sure you're logged into your account. This is on a computer. You can also do this on your phone and look for the tab that says membership. Once you click membership, you can see different options. You can see an upgrade button right there to the right if you want to go through the different levels. We have fan funder videos from the staff right here at Bama Football on YouTube. Very easy to navigate. Let us know if you have questions inside the comment box when trying to upgrade or renew your fan funder membership right here on Bama Football on YouTube. And of course, if you want to rock that undefeated gear, check out our merch store located at the bottom of the videos. We appreciate Patriot Life, Cynthia, Antoine, Caitlin, and to everybody else that supports us right here on Bama Football on YouTube.
Yes, sir. We are here. All the fan funders, everybody. We definitely appreciate you. Greatly appreciate you for supporting monetarily, with your efforts and all of that. We appreciate you. And look, more people are showing up because we got some information. We got some news, y'all. We got some news. We got some good stuff coming in. We got some stuff to expose. We got some viewpoints to express, right? Got to give our take. You get what I'm saying? Uh-oh. Hey, if y'all go to Twitter, hey, let's go. Hey, we got a crazy segment for y'all tonight. Crazy segment. We popping it off, man, with energy. Not doing it like the rest, doing it like the best. You get what I'm saying? Uncle Jay in the chat, Henry in the chat. Let's go, Dwight Cuzzo in the chat. What's good, Dwight? In there with his undefeated gear. I see you, Cuzzo. Caitlin in the chat, Marquita. What's good? Mr. B. What's good? Where you been at, man? I thought you dipped out on us. I thought you ain't like me no more, man. I thought you ain't like us no more. Tim Nolan, what's good, family? What's up, Vanna? What's good, Kimberly? My sister in the chat, Monica. There go my girl. What's up, sis? Have y'all seen my sister, Nicole? If y'all seen my new sister, Nicole, let her know her brother looking for her. Yeah. Hey, listen. I'm gonna give my little take, Carla. I'm gonna give my little take. So before we have our special guest show up tonight, shout out to my guy. Who is that? Son coming through with the Ryan Day says snapping due to Miro's cadence. Listen, I'm not even gonna acknowledge that, man. Appreciate the $1.99 super chat, but everybody looks good in practice. Seth McLaughlin looked great in practice during this before the season kicked off last year. And you saw what happened. It don't take a football player to watch that Seth McLaughlin's game performances and understand that he was a hindrance to our success. Let me see. I'm gonna make sure I send them. Yeah. So, hey, listen, let me get into my little rant while we get Luke set up in the background, man. Yes, we got Luke Metz, 4-star linebacker. He's trying to get in. He's trying to get everything set up now. So let me go ahead and get my rant out the way. When it comes to this Kaden Proctor situation, listen, shout out to the 400 in the chat, first of all. Make sure you run the likes up. Don't come over here just rubbernecking and speculating. Show some love, because we giving y'all some exclusive content here. We bring y'all some real rap raw, and we not doing it like the rest. We doing it like the best, and we are the best. So that's what we're going to keep doing. Check this out. Jumping into it tonight. Listen, I totally get, I understand. And yes, I see my boy in the back. We're going to hurry up and get this out of the way. Luke, I know you can hear me. Stay right there for 3 minutes, and I got you. Give me a thumbs up, my boy. Oh, look at him. He pumped, man. Hey, flex up one more time, Luke. Yeah. Now, listen, let's get it over with. Listen, Kaden Proctor, you know, as a coach, I'm going to give this to you from two ways, as a father and as a coach. All right, as a father, I support everything you do. You're my son. If you was my son, you would have never left Alabama in the first place. I don't care about you being homesick. We've already had this talk before you left. You go to Bama, you're going to commit. And, you know, unless some plan that was laid out for you didn't go accordingly, meaning what we were told is that Kadyn Proctor was saying, hey, had a good chance to start. He was able to start. We went through and we grew through it. We grew with him through his growing pains. We watched him develop. We watched him grow, get better every week, right? Some weeks was worse than others, but he kept getting better. You seen him. He didn't make the same mistake twice. Now, the last 3 games of the season, this Alabama team was not consistent. It wasn't just Kadyn Proctor. There were very many factors, but let's be accountable here. So as a father, I'm going to be hard on you for wanting to leave in the first place, right? But I understand. You homesick, this, that, and the third. We get it. You chose to leave. We respect it. Now, as a coach, you leave my team. I understand. I can't control that. I want you to stay. Everybody knows Kadyn Proctor was not one of the guys that we wanted to let go. Nobody wanted to let him go. We saw the improvement. Our question was why. It was questioning why he left, why Earl Little left, why Caleb Downs left. Like, we weren't Amari Knee-Black. Those were the 4 that I was like, why? But they did what they had to do. And hey, all respect to them. You won't hear me speaking bad on them. Those 4, they did what they had to do. We had news about Kaden with what he did and how the tampering thing. All of that factors into him coming back. Why now? And when I asked that question, as a coach, I'm like, do I really want a young man right there who's already shown me tendencies and threw up the red flags that, hey, it ain't working out in my favor right now? And even though if you look at it, you had guys like Wilkin Formby, Miles McVay, Rock Montgomery, Elijah Pritchett, guys that were playing behind you that could have been out there and got an opportunity in the same spot, but they never got the opportunity and they chose to stick it out no matter what it looked like. They came back to compete. You went over and, yeah, you ain't been over there before a few weeks, but you still left. You talked about how the staff was there for you when nobody else was. You talked about how they had your back. And your brothers had to sit there and listen to that. They supposed to be your brothers. So that's where my discrepancy is. It's not about his skill. It's not about what he can contribute. It's about the mentality. Do you really want that in that locker room? Me personally, I don't. But if his teammates are saying, Coach, let's give him a chance. I trust my players like Kalen DeBoer has. He's trusted them to a certain extent. I trust those players. If the leadership in the locker room, Jalen Miro and Jaden Roberts, Tyler Booker, Deontay Lawson, Malachi Moore, Tim Smith, a lot of those leaders that were there and stuck it out through the process, Jahad Campbell, if they're good with it, I'm going to listen to them. But I'm going to put the responsibility on them to maintain and to show him that he's got to earn his way back in. I don't care about him being 19, Cinco. If my son, 18 years old, who's going out into be an adult, who's making a decision to work towards being a professional athlete, says, I'm committing to doing this through this process, regardless of what it looks like, I'm going to hold him accountable to that. This is what Coach Saban was talking about on Capitol Hill. We're not holding these guys, these young men accountable, and we're not teaching them values of commitment, what college football was made to produce. NIL is not a problem. It's the fact that guys that Iowa had the access to be able to tamper with this young man and cloud his focus. And who knows what they were saying. Some of y'all can say it was just phone conversation. Well, phone conversation, a girl could keep you from being focused about what you got to do on the field. So miss me with all that. He's 19. Miss me with all that. He's a child. Yes, he's a child. That's why rules should be put in place so that we can continue to groom these young men so they don't make these emotional decisions and end up having to circle back and have this type of outlook on them. Because if Kaden Proctor had been one of the ones that just stood in there and said, hey, I miss home, but I'm here to fight with my brothers. I committed to this. There would be a different story. It'll be a different story. We wouldn't even be having a conversation. So why not just stay? Why not just stay committed in the first place? And his brothers are the ones that's talking to him. I was able to confirm that 3 of his teammates that are currently on the roster that stuck it out, who were trying to get him to stick it out before, were able to get through to him this past week during spring break. And if they feel comfortable about it, I'm good with it. It's just from a mentality standpoint, I'm not letting them come back that easy. But that's enough about Kaden Proctor, because guess what? I got some energy in the back. I got somebody we've been waiting to talk to. I've been since I seen this young man get an offer, I've been excited. So we're gonna jump into it. Listen, I don't even know how to introduce him. I just look at his film and I'm like, okay, this is what Bama's starting to pull. This is who Bama's talking to, and come on now. So without further ado, I would like to introduce formally, a 4-star rated. Don't know how that ever happened. 4 stars. You look at his film, which we will tonight. We'll react to it together with the young man. 4-star linebacker out of Mill Creek out there in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Them Georgia boys, you know how Bama got them ties to Georgia. We just had a great come from Mill Creek. He not with us no more, but I've heard some rumors on that too. But we're not going to get into that. Tonight it's about this young man. I feel like this young man is a key. If we can secure his commitment and watch him commit and that class, I think we're going to be in a good position. Everybody give it up for, and I'm going to get the applause ready because this man deserves it. This young man deserves it. Y'all know I get excited about players, but when they ready to come on, it's always a good feeling. Y'all know Coach Smoot with the scoop. Listen, without further ado, let's get our young man, Luke Metz. Let's go, man.
Let's
give it up,
go.
Ted. Let's go. What's good, man?
What's going on?
How you feeling, my guy?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Glad to have you on, man. It's a pleasure to have you here. We've been talking behind the scenes. As soon as I seen you had the offer, I reached out. I said, let me see if the young man really where his head is at. And, you just been open, man. You just been open with me. And I'm glad to have you on tonight. It's good to know that Alabama has your attention. Tell the people a little bit about yourself and what brought you to football to start it off. How did you get into football from the beginning?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. So, my brother played football. So, when I was 6, they saw me over there coaching. They were coaching my brother. They saw me over there playing around, throwing the football around. They were like, man, we need this kid. So, I put on the pads at 6 and, never turned around. So I'm here, now. So,
bro,
yes,
and you look like you put on a little bit more size since the last time I see you. How much you weighing now?
I'm like 223. So
what?
Yes, sir. Yep.
So 24/7 has you updated. They said 220, 225. So we're gonna rock with them. They be cheating y'all boys on some of y'all weight. I know y'all be out there eating whole chickens and steaks and stuff.
Yep.
Man, it's good to really have you on tonight, Luke.
Mm-hmm.
I like I said on the phone, man, I admire your personality. What gives you the confidence that you have, man? I mean, I've watched your film. Some of the people in the chat have watched your film. But what gives you that confidence to go out and perform the way you do, man? What all ties into that?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Definitely just just remembering it's just a game, just going out and having fun and just, when you step on the field, you got to think you're the best, even if you're not, you got to really just think you're the best. Just be physical, I feel like effort, whatever you do is just, you're going to be the best if you give the best effort. So,
I got to get this pick
for
Twitter because them folks, they really be sleeping on Bama, not just the channel, but Bama as a. So have you had a official visit with Bama?
I have not had an official, but I'll be there Wednesday night, Thursday. So I'm excited about that. Gonna have a little dinner with Coach Womack, and it'll be good.
Yeah, man, and I'm excited. We kind of talked. I told you where I'll be at Wednesday, and there's things we got to respect as far as parameters. But I'm excited to see you, young man. Like for real,
Mm-hmm.
It's a few other recruits I've been able to talk to on the back end, and the energy around this class is different, man. It's giving me 20 I want to say, what class was that, chat? Y'all give me the number. Was it 2016, 2017 class with Smitty and Jeudy and Ruggs and all that talent that we brought in with that class? Is that the class year? I can't remember, but this 25 class, what you guys are putting together as far as talent and the widespread of it, not just guys that Alabama is targeting, but that's the state of Georgia, the state of Alabama, Mississippi, South Carolina, North Carolina, like spots that were kind of mediocre as far as what type of the amount of talent they put out. It's a lot of talent. What's it feel like to be amongst some of that, not necessarily hype, but some of that product that's being put out right now in this class?
Yeah, it's awesome for sure. Especially like, it's just better because it's like, it's a better feeling too, because it's like, we're not finna, just be the regular class of Nick Saban. Like, we're gonna be the new legacy, and it's like, Saban's cool and like, man, he's an awesome guy, like legend, but like, just being a part of the new Alabama era it's time. Like, it's time for a new era, and we're excited about it.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. So I brought you on, and I usually react my way to players in that film, right? But having the players on, having the recruits on, it's a different vibe. So now I get the insight of what you were thinking, because I like to put my own thoughts into the highlights, but I'm excited to see what you were thinking. So let me set this screen up, make sure we got it set up right, man. And we're going to jump into it. The fans are excited. Chat, if y'all are excited about having Luke, the linebacker of this class, I mean, it's some names that if we get this young man, if he's paired up with a lot of these names in this 20, oh my God, the future looks bright for the next 3 to 4 years. And I mean, quality talent across the board, chat, undefeated. Y'all show the young man some love. I'm trying to get this set up right, because I mean, even just you being here is an honor, man. We greatly appreciate showing up. You could have been anywhere else, any other place, but you showed up here to hang out with this crazy chat. You see, I'm showing you love. You see,
I do.
Yeah, man. You got 400 live. I mean, you brought your name. Rings bells, and it's warranted. It's definitely deserved. So let's jump into it, man. We're gonna jump into it. You know this film better than us, right? You know what your highlight film looks like. The GOATs do, the good ones do. So what I would like to do, we kind of just let it run, and you just kind of tell the story of what you was thinking, man. And I'm still, like, even though I've seen it, I just tell you what I was thinking too. I mean, just dissecting plays, very simple, being solid and filling the hole. I mean, what's your mentality when you know you got run? What's your first thought?
Yeah, right here, I just see the pulling guard. So I'm like, bet I'm gonna see him. I'm gonna beat the pulling guard and, stay low, hit the running back. It's easy too when you're, a little bigger, a little longer body. It's easy. So
I mean, where you sitting at 6'3", right? 6'2"?
Yes, sir. 6'3".
Yeah, and see, I already know, man. Usually guys around your age, y'all get that extra inch and a half coming in. You get the right nutrition. Like, I know at Mill Creek, you guys got a solid program, man. I see the type of the talent you guys push out, especially the past 7-8 years. I mean, just consistently, who's the strength and conditioning coach over there right now?
It's Coach Z.
He's still there?
Great dude. Yup, he is.
How long he's been there? About 14 years now, 12, 13 years, something like that.
Long time. Yep.
I mean, because I've been following recruiting in and on and off for most of my adult life. I forget that I'm so many years older than you, man. It's kind of crazy talking to you and seeing how much the game has changed since 2008 when I graduated. So it's a lot different. It's a lot different. We're gonna say that. It's almost been 20 years. So, but the way you guys are afforded the facilities and the film and the exposure is you're making great use of it. You're making great use of it. Next play, man. What are we looking at?
Yep, pulling guard. I see him, meet him in the hole right there. So
and what's crazy? This young man is identifying. He's not even talking about what's happening in the backfield. He's doing what you want a Mike linebacker to do, identifying what the offensive line is doing. If he's standing straight up, and more likely I got passed. If I got a blitz assignment, it's time for me to go to work, right?
Yep. Yes, sir. 100%.
If them pad level is low, if he's getting out of that space, what's the most likely route of travel? How do I beat them to it to mess up the whole play? And that's what Bama Nation, y'all in the chat. How long have we been crying for inside linebackers to be able to just diagnose plays and trust the reads, not wait for it? Shout out to everybody in the chat tapping in, man. But answer the question, chat. We've been waiting for a Luke Metz to show up. We've been waiting for a Sterling Dixon. And you know what's crazy, Luke? When we watched their film the other day, you got so many, not Dylan Moses. What's the young man's name? Mac Wilson. You had so many Mac Wilson comparisons about how you was able to get out of space, dissect plays. Who do you see yourself modeling your game after? And, you know, as we just let the film roll and people just continue to be amazed at your IQ. Oh, no.
Yeah,
who do you model your game after before we look at this play? Because you had a few of these and I want to get hype off of.
Yeah. I like Deion Jones. He played with the Falcons for a little bit.
I know Deion.
I feel like who kind of looks a little bit like me, a little taller, a little more skinny, probably Peyton Wilson. Great linebacker, NC State.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so many good linebackers out there. Like, I feel like I take a little piece of a lot of people, you know.
So let's break it down. Let's build the Luke Metz build. You know how they do it on with NFL quarterbacks. Whose brain are you? Whose IQ are you trying to model your game after?
Oh, I gotta go Luke Kuechly. I gotta go Luke.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's a perfect choice because I mean, same relentlessness. So mindset matches. I can agree with that one. Your range with your length, your arms, because what you got about a 6'4", 6'5" wingspan.
Yes, sir. Yep. It's big. So
yeah, I know. I already know, man.
Yeah.
I already know, man. So who? I mean, and you're. I believe you're going to stay inside. I think you're going to be perfect playing the middle in this 4-2-5 scheme. If you know, and I'm saying when you get what I'm saying, because I really feel good about you in this and how you fit. But your range, what's your range like? Who you think if you had to make a comparison?
Ooh. That's a tough one. I say, who do you think?
If I had to go, man, I would say hybrid. Like I would have to go with like and I usually go former Bama linebackers when I look at recruits. I would have to go somewhere like a Ronnie Harrison type range. Even currently on the roster right now, not as fast, but you give me Justin Jefferson type range with and I mean he's not the thickest, but you can put him at strong safety if needed. You can put him at Mike, you can put him at Sting, you can even slide him as a small edge to just provide that extra burst of speed. And so I just that's just me, you know. Those names are and even your hustle. I give you Vinny Sinceri, you know. I don't know if you know who Vinny Sinceri is. But if you ever get a chance to go back and watch any highlights from the 2009 to 2012 era under Saban, Vinny Sinceri, that is a guy your hustle, your work ethic. If you can display that, you won't be you will see the field before you know it. I guarantee you. Work ethic like no other. But that's type of range. I give you those like a mixture of all those guys when it comes to the range. We see some little some comparisons in the chat. You got Big Luke Kuechly 2.0 coming up. Okay. I like that. Drew Sanders. Somebody gave you Drew Sanders. Sanders. Another highly touted. I think he came in as a 5-star linebacker. As a matter of fact, I think Drew was getting recruited as a tight end / defensive end, and then he ended up getting moved to linebacker, outside linebacker, and really started excelling as an inside linebacker at Arkansas. So,
and I feel like, what's his Danny Stutzman, Oklahoma. I feel like I feel him a little bit. So
you know what? I don't like to give those other schools credit, know, but they got some. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Talent. That's what I'm saying. The level of talent. You can go to UCF and find a should have been 5-star, right? In today's game. I mean, that's just what it is. So for Alabama to grab your attention is more than like a win for us right now. And I mean, early, you know, you're one of those kids where I feel like commitment is something huge for you. You look at the athleticism. Look at this guy, man. Get the ball, get in space, take it to the house. We got 6 of them.
Yeah.
I just imagine that. Can you see yourself getting a pick 6? Oh, hold on, Luke.
Yep.
Hold on, Luke. What was the mindset? Did you? I mean, come on, Luke. Talk to me.
All right, so pulling guard. I've been watching film all week on this play. I was ready. I ain't going to disrespect nobody, but little ACC running back right there. So we was watching film all week. It just feels natural.
Wow. Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Shut out. Look. Hey, what they say? Whopper to cow. I like that job, boy. Come on, let's get one more, man. I think, is this the one with your interception downfield on the wheel route? You got that on this highlight, right?
I don't know if I have that one on there.
If not, we're gonna probably have to do a segment. Oh my God. I mean, just look at how he dissects the play, y'all. The IQ is prevalent. He does this film study. Look at his drops. Awareness. Get to the ball, pursuit. Reaction skills is there. He has the range, he has the speed. What's your 40? 4.51, 4.49, something like that.
It's good, but I ain't done no 40 yet.
Listen, Luke, I would not be surprised. I'm telling you, man. And the numbers, game speed, and all those numbers, those measurables, they vary. It's all about training technique. When you get to that, you're gonna have plenty of time to get to that. But Luke, we're getting to a part of the show where I just kind of want to know. And you can be as open, you can be as close as you want to be. Bama, what took the cake for you and gained your interest, like really pushed Bama to the forefront in your recruiting?
Yeah, definitely I just always been a fan, like Bama, Bama. It's always you go to school, national championship. It's like everybody talking about Bama, it's like, it's always it's kind of been a dream. Definitely some other schools recruit me pretty hard, and then, some people ask me like, with all like Nick Saban, like, how does Nick Saban affect you? Like, I love Nick Saban, but like Bama's still Bama,
Right.
Still the same field, still the same fans, we're gonna get some better players in here even than before. It's gonna be awesome. What's happening right now.
So and this is crazy that I hear the speech, Luke. I hear the speech, and you're saying we, and that to me, you embody what Kalen DeBoer, what Coach Shepard, what Kane Womack, like these are coaches that I've had personal interactions with in my newfound, not necessarily fame or whatever you want to call it, my new position here at Bama Football on YouTube, having access to the facilities. You embody the energy that they look for in the player. I mean, even talking about players that are currently on the roster, your demeanor, your attitude, what you bring on the field, you're not a developmental piece. You're a trust the process piece. Your time is coming piece. And to hear the language, to hear the speech, that is very reassuring to what I speculate about this staff. And that's they're big on building relationships. And they're going to give you who they are. And if that's enough for a recruit in this day and age with a lot of things circling recruiting, if that's enough for a recruit, those are the guys I want on the roster. And I'm proud to say, man, you being a target is my chat is here. They'll call me if I'm sunshine pumping. They'll call me if I'm chasing clout. When your name came up as somebody that Alabama had offered, I immediately I hit you up the day I had the highlights on it. I hit you up. I said, look, man, we're going to get you your highlights. We've been watching. I only go for guys that Alabama is targeting. They made you a target. I said, boom, here we go. And it started circulating. So definitely glad to have you on. Anything else you want to give to Bama Nation before you get out of here, man? I mean, what they can expect as a player if you commit, what they can expect as a, your personality. Me and you already connect on that energy tip. So it's pretty cool to have that. But what do you want to leave Bama Nation with, man?
Yeah, yes, sir. Definitely, like, it's gonna be good getting a bunch of guys in there, making a great team. Really just excited to get developed, and early enroll, mid-year, all that fun stuff. So it'll be good. And Sunday.
Listen, so without saying so many words, I got some work to do before Sunday, basically. Yeah. So listen, Luke, awesome interview. Well, I don't like to call it interviews. I told you it's conversation. I like to kind of try to tune the chat out. I love seeing their reactions to you. You can't see it, but I'm gonna post clips, man. I'm gonna make sure we get the reactions. Y'all show Luke some love, man. Luke, Bama Nation is ready to see you. Can't wait to see you on campus. You said you leave tomorrow, right? You'll be on campus tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
We'll try to get something set up, man. We'll try to get something set up, whether I come by and knock my head at you or something. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And this relationship, man, I hope that you continue to trust Bama football on YouTube to provide that coverage for you, provide that insight, keep that connection between you and the fan base. As you can see, we're growing. This is a growing network, and we just with everybody that gives us this privilege right now, we just appreciate it, man. And you are appreciated. You are very sought out. To know that Alabama has your attention, and that some great things are in store for you in the future, no matter where you choose, man. And now we already had this talk. No matter where you choose, but we all know you come to Bama to be great, and
yes,
so
sir.
Greatness is in you. And can't wait for Sunday. We expecting some big things, and man, look at him. Look at what he got on his. I peeped that. You ain't slick, Luke. You ain't slick. Yes, sir. Roll Tide, man. And if that's all, man, I don't even know how to end it because you such a cool cat, man. I'm gonna text you. I guess I'm gonna text you. We're gonna stay.
All right.
We locked in.
Right.
Me and you, the fam, we locked in. We'll have more. We'll have more times you get to come on. And keep doing what you're doing, man. For real. That work ethic, that energy you bring in, that charisma you have. You capture the people. You, Jalen Monroe, y'all gonna be good friends. Y'all just capture. Y'all just capture. People in here talking about how you capture the interview. So just keep doing you, man. And shouts out to your family. Congrats to you and your family. This journey has been definitely well deserved. All the attention you're getting, you deserve it, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you letting me come on and say a couple words. And it's cool that you're giving high school players like this platform. So thank you.
Man, anytime, man. You guys, it's more of a privilege than anything. It's not anything that I'm doing special because I'm still getting used to this whole line of work. You get what I'm saying? And my thing is, if I'm real up front, either it's only two answers you're gonna give me, yes or no. And I gotta respect that. I know the pressures that come behind it. I have a 13-year-old son who has aspirations of playing at the next level. So I'm learning through you all, being able to connect through you all. So glad to have you on, man, and roll Tide, man.
Yes, sir. Right. I'll be able to say something like that. It's not Sunday.
Look. Hey, I ain't trying to put. That's just my little thing. I'm so Bama. I've been Bama since I was born. I'm one of the fans that didn't know those other teams. So until I was of age to understand that Bama has to play other people. So good to have you on, man. And I ain't gonna hold you up. I know you got to get ready for workouts in the morning. You look like you live in the weight room. So I can't wait to have you on again, man. And hopefully Sunday we might have to set something up for Sunday. We don't know, chat. We don't know what's going to happen. You get what I'm saying? But maybe we'll be seeing you again soon, man.
Yes, sir. Sounds great.
All right, man. Roll. Have a good night, and can't wait to talk to you again, my guy.
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
Yes, sir. Have a good night. Yes, sir.
All right, Bam. I love that, man. Y'all see what he did at the end? Y'all see what he did, man. Y'all seen it. Listen, I'm just saying. I'm gonna let the film run because I don't think I did him any justice, right? By just doing a few plays. We couldn't keep him all night, but I don't think I did him any justice by just running y'all a few plays. And I think because of how hyped we was the other day watching the film, I don't think we really got a chance to admire and take it all in. So for the rest of the segment, I want y'all to give me y'all thoughts, and I'll react to your comments. I want y'all to give me y'all thoughts on Luke Metz, the 4-star linebacker out of Mill Creek in Georgia. I'm so excited. I can't even talk right. It's good to have recruits like that. We got some more coming this weekend. You know, I plan on going full court press on a lot of these guys and getting us that exposure to them. I enjoy talking to these young men just on conversation, and I think they're enjoying it too. I mean, guys, look at this young man's speed. His instincts. Look at him. Just step back. Quarterback never saw him. And he knows what to do when he gets the ball in his hand. This is one. This is what I'm ready to see, y'all. He didn't stop. This is the ACC. This is a D1 running back that he just kind of just cleaned up. And he's not scared to attack the hole. No matter what shows up in it, he feels like he's going to be the one to win that rep. Understanding film. Clearly seeing it, diagnosing the play. Hand on the ball, keeping them away from the ball. Playing through the whistle. Look. Dissecting. I mean, it's just instincts you like to see. A lot of players that we've been doing here for spotlight and under the radar, on the radar. What I've been, it's not necessarily been the actual plays they're making. It's just the IQ that we're seeing, the playmaking ability. Look at him. Doesn't go for the big hit every time, just a smart player. Look at him. Always being physical, always getting active, always bumping somebody. 6'2.5", 6'3". Uh-oh. Never saw him coming. The kid's fast. Never seen him coming. Boom, blow him up. Ooh. I mean, vicious, man. Y'all, this young man, roll tide, baby. Roll tide. We calling old Luke. We calling old Luke in, y'all. Calling him in. That dude's gonna be gay. Calling it a big one. Calling it a big catch. All right, y'all. Ah, man, great show tonight. Or what? I mean, I don't even know where to go from here. A great show. Had one of the nation's top linebackers in here talking about his love for the university. And you all know what was good, and you know what really was reassuring? To know that this young man was really bought into the whole new era, the new coaches here. Man, the speculation is, I mean, it has to cease now. You know, we've heard it from multiple recruits, multiple current class of 24 commits, class of 25 commits that have talked about this coaching staff and how they've been able to change the mode of things, like, right? So to see a young man like Luke want to commit this early in his process, hasn't had the offer too long, right? I'm not sure when it was official that he actually got offered, but man, college football is not slowing down, and so these young men making these commitments early, I think is a good thing. I think it's a good thing. Alabama's cooking. Listen, so y'all know the Caleb. Listen, I'm gonna turn the music off. I'm gonna give y'all all the rumors and things that I'm hearing right now, and things that I can actually confirm that were being talked about before tonight. Y'all remember when I got flack for the Will Johnson rumors? Becoming more realistic, right? With the Caleb Down stuff, I've heard 3 sources put it out. With Kaden Proctor making the jump, and see, y'all already heard my rant. I'm not a big fan of him coming back, but yes, very talented, very capable. I think he is the best tackle that we had, coming out of the season. Just being honest. His reason for leaving, I didn't agree with it, but when it comes to the talent, we're not going to deny the talent. if we could somehow swing back at least 2 of those DB transfers, college football really gonna hate us, and everybody's gonna be asking for Nick Saban to go ahead and push that agenda. Let's get some control over transfer portal. We were just talking about this the other day, how people are going to be mad because things that they thought were going to hurt Alabama are actually going to help us. The reach has never left. Alabama has never stopped being Alabama. Coach Saban's Alabama is not going. It's actually been amplified because you have put a coach in Kalen DeBoer who's more in tune with the times, who has a little bit more patience to deal and develop with the type of talent that we're going to be re-recruiting. So I'm telling y'all right now, and Jordan, he's not even playing chess. He's coaching a guy who likes to play chess himself. He's mentoring a guy who likes to play chess himself. So do y'all believe the panel now? Do y'all believe the coaches on this staff now, on this Bama Football on YouTube staff now, that told y'all months ago when this first happened, when this hire first happened, that once that everything, the dust is settled and we will get to see the true colors of this staff, right? Do y'all believe that it's happening now? Come on, y'all. Time to start believing. Nah, big Bama brand, you're going to have to wait. Need you pick up that membership, my boy. Welcome back in the chat. Pick up that membership. We're gonna put an exclusive video out. So for all my members, all my fan funders, be looking for a couple of exclusive videos to come out soon with myself, Jake Merrill, Coach Sean, Coach Jantz, Kyle. Be looking for some exclusive videos to come through on the next one. We got too many rubberneckers in here, y'all. People that don't want to come in, they don't want to come in here and show love for real. They just rubbernecking. They want to come in and get the info and start tweeting about it. Taking my boy Jay's takes. They taking my boy Jake's takes and tweeting about it. Don't want to give him his love. Come on, man. We got, hey, we respect y'all. We respect y'all enough to give the ones that want to contribute and support this thing to the fullest. We're going to give y'all the inside scoop. Y'all deserve to be put in on a little bit more inside the circle, right? And I ain't ashamed to say it. I love it. I love the fact that y'all support us and really investing into what we do as a panel. I love it. I appreciate it. More than you know. Hey, Steve, a lot of people didn't believe us. A lot of people, not y'all in particular. I've generalized it. A lot of people didn't believe that this thing would work out. They having to circle back. Who said they got more coming? Josh Pay know how to get y'all running too. Listen. Oh, Jared, I ain't put y'all in. Listen, if the shoe fit, wear it. If you offended, you might need to check yourself. Don't be offended. If it ain't direct, you can't ever tell me something about me that ain't me. You get what I'm saying? You can't ever put that on me that ain't me. So when people say fake Bama fan, I don't even bat an eye. Never been a fake Bama fan. Fair weather, don't even bat an eye. Never been fair weather. You want to debate about some of my viewpoints? That's cool. But fake fair weather? Never that. Clout chasing? We've never clout chased over here at Bama Football on YouTube. Guarantee you. We work over here. Man, I really don't know how to feel about players transfers and trying to come back. You obviously left for a reason the first time. That was my take on it too, Gary. I'm right there with you. I don't disagree with the talent. I don't disagree with the fact that he's a talented kid, but you left, man. You left when the going got tough. You don't know how many you don't think Jaheim Otis missed Mississippi? I don't care if it is a 2.5 hour, 3 hour ride back home. It's still not home. T-Town is not home, quote unquote, right? But he chose to stick it out. Keon Keeley coming from across the country. It's a lot of players that travel across the country and are committed to their brothers, to the university that gave them an opportunity. You had other opportunities. You made a choice. Stay committed. That's my take. That's the gist of my take. I'm not saying don't welcome him back. If he's going to come back and prove himself, earn that trust back, fine. If not, cool. I don't care about him being a kid. That's the thing. He's a kid. He shouldn't be allowed to make those type of decisions. He should at least wait until the kid turns 21. Make him stick to his commitment for 2.5 years. He was an early enrollee, so early enrollees cut their time down 6 months or however long, so that they could really stick it out for 2 years. Force them to honor an agreement like NFL players, professionals have to do. Teach them that part of the process of being a professional athlete early on. Say 18-year-old, come on, I don't care. You know how many 17-year-olds join the Army and don't have the choice to transfer to a duty station to be closer to home? These kids make more now in the college level. Some coming out of high school, they make more now than soldiers and nurses and teachers and educators. Like, they make more. They should be forced to honor their commitment for at least 2 years. We're just asking for 2 solid years. If they want to, exactly, Gary. That's all I'm saying. 2 is that made him stick it out. He was clearly the better passer coming in as a true freshman. Made him stick it out. Worked hard. He didn't change his motive. He didn't act like he wanted to transfer. It was testing, but he stuck it out. He fought. That's just my personal opinion, and I'm not saying I'm right. But you got to. That's what makes winners. Guys that stick it out and quit. That's all I'm saying. Oh yeah, you talking about Sanders? If you talking about Sanders, we talked about this guy. Hey, Dwight, he been rubbernecking since he left. When they took that Ferrari or whatever he had, and they hey y'all, Michael Carroll. He's not a 5-star, he's a 4-star. Michael Carroll. Y'all want me to try to get Michael Carroll? I'm testing my luck. I'm gonna do it live just for y'all. Oh man. I'm testing my luck, y'all. Y'all gonna watch and see how Coach Smook move. I don't do nothing special. Reach out. They already be looking. We reach out. We talk. And I mean, this is just us being real, y'all. Lisa Downs the road today. Keep up the good work. Ooh, I'm telling y'all. Hey, son. We were bragging about how straightforward he is, right? Y'all tripping, man. Yeah. They're my boys. Yeah, Kyle. I got you, brother. Finish it up tonight. Listen, I'm not going to extend my segment tonight. I think we had enough excitement on this segment. What y'all think? If y'all like this segment tonight, if y'all enjoyed it, please give me some fire emojis in the chat for the next 15 seconds. We got 423 people in the chat. Hey, run it up, y'all. Run it up. And please, and just out of respect for the players, I don't like calling them interviews. I like calling them conversations because I want these recruits to feel like Bama football on YouTube is a safe space. They're going to get real reactions from fans. They're going to get real reactions from the coaches. Because we might get some kids on here that are still green in some areas, right? And we'll talk about those spots. You know, I mean, who do we have on? We plan on having Aiden Kane on soon. You know, and there's spots that me and him talk about offline that he knows he's going to work on it. He's going to get better. Uncle Jay, I think you behind, man. I think we talked about this earlier. All the news you reporting, it's like we've been talking about it. Good conversation tonight. Appreciate that, Lisa. My guy, what's good? Hey, King family, how you feeling, man? I'm good. I'm good on everybody that left. Kaden Proctor coming back is just a testament to what I believe this whole time and what I've been saying from the jump. They should have gave this staff an opportunity to at least project a plan. Let's talk. Let's talk. Caleb Downs is coming back. I hope y'all. If Caleb Downs comes back to Alabama, if there's some way that this young man comes back to Alabama, right? College football is in trouble. Ohio State is in trouble. And this is what Coach Saban was literally talking about. The same ones that were ready to poach Alabama's roster and throw this money out there. What are you losing out on now? Because some of these kids are realizing that they made a mistake. Some of these kids are realizing that, man, I was good where I was. So now what do? You bring Caleb Downs back. What does that do to the roster? To guys that stuck it out. As great of a talent as he is, he chose to leave. And we understood why he left. Everybody that recruited this young man, they left. We understood. We didn't beat him up. We didn't like it, but we didn't beat him up. He didn't make a business decision. We understood it. But in my book, you should have stuck it out. You of all people, you and Earl Little, y'all should have stuck it out. But we understand. We understand. Hey, in today's day and age, you can't put nothing past these rules. There are no rules. And this is what Coach Saban, see, everybody, listen, this is my point. I'm going to prove it right now because everybody wants to say it now. The thing was, Coach Saban was not worried about if Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, USC, Texas, Oklahoma, Florida, some of these powers to be, Notre Dame, he wasn't worried about them being able to go and throw bags at players and use their brand and also the bag to get them to come because it's never been that. His thing was college football needed to be saved, or there will be 3 or 4 teams every year, and it'll have the same effect it's been had of the powers that be. Now you're telling them that they have free reign to go and pull investors and don't have to be accountable for it, and they can go and talk to any player at any time on any roster and don't have to be accountable for it. You're making it a bad playing field. It's not a level playing field. Everybody can do it for 1 or 2 years, but if they're not winning, right, they're not able to hire those coaching staffs. What benefit is it really having for the longevity and the upkeep of the game? None. Juvie 86 with the $5 super chat. He said, "What's good, bro? They're starting to see grass ain't always good on the other side. Roll Tide." Listen, y'all go check out my little clip I posted with Kaden Proctor. Why now? And it's a song. The grass ain't green on the other side. It really ain't. Roydell Williams. If that's Roydell Williams coming, I don't think that's a good idea for him. But as much as we want some of these players to come back, just imagine the type of effect it's going to have on the future, right? Caleb Downs has to come back. He has 2 more years under his belt, right? Has 2 more years. What does that do for the future for a guy like Red Morgan, for a guy like Drake Kirkpatrick Jr., who's I believe they're 2 Bama guys who should stay locked in. But Caleb Downs coming back, them coming to Bama and having confidence in what, and you got competitors, they're still going to grind, they're still going to work hard. But you don't deny the talent that's coming back in Caleb Downs or Kaden Proctor, right? You don't deny the talent. You want them to show the locker room and gain the trust so that they can be put on the field, right? But the mentality got to be in question. The mentality has to be in question. The dedication, it has to be in question. And you have to hold these guys accountable. As the other players on this team who stuck it out and went through the process and went through all the ridicule, who went through all the media attacks and all of that, right? You have to hold them accountable. David, I couldn't have said it better. So for all the Florida State fans that was talking trash about Saban crying, and for all the people that were going to their different social media accounts and saying that it's not fair. You get what I'm saying? That he been doing it for so long, now it's coming. No, this is what he was talking about. Listen, man. Listen. I am not against any player coming back to Bama. I just think that the expectation and the demand on their dedication, the bar that's been set for the guys that stuck it out, the bar should be that much higher. The commitment should be displayed that like 10 times more. You got to show me that you really are coming back to be a part of this, not for your ego, not because where you went didn't feel good, but because you want to be a part of what we're building. If anybody in the fan base can't agree with that and understand why I have a little discomfort, then you won't ever understand my person. You won't ever understand the values that Coach Saban preached to us for 17 years. You won't understand the value of what Coach Bear Bryant preached and had made a staple as far as being a part of Alabama. When we went through our drought, when we went through probationary period, only players that came to Bama were guys that wanted to play at Bama. It wasn't attractive to come in Bama during the probationary period, right? Uh-oh. Hey. Yeah. Coach Smoot, Bama Football on YouTube. Bama Football on YouTube. Kyle Henderson, Coach Smoot, Sean, Jake Merrill, Ty, Jance, T. Okay, hold on. Let me get him the link. Let me see. We're about to have a special guest pull up in the chat, so y'all act like I got some home training, just a little bit, all right? Just for a little while. They gonna have me late for my first night of work. I don't gotta be to work till 11, y'all. So, hey, if y'all haven't seen Kyle's live, his short that he posted, y'all definitely need to tap in. His energy on his face tells it all, right? Of what's happening and how he feels about it, right? I gotta hurry up. This thing needs to hurry up and get off the commercials. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna share this. Somebody wants this link. And when they come in here, show love. Hold on, y'all. Coach Smook over here cooking. Coach Smook is over here cooking in the Bama Football on YouTube kitchen. In the Bama Football on YouTube kitchen, we are cooking up some craziness right now. No way we're going to get. Let's see what happens, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all watching the chat, man. Y'all make sure y'all watching the chat. Might have a special guest pulling up, you know what I'm saying? Want to come through and say hey to the Bama Nation, basically, you know what I'm saying? Are those look them frying pan emojis? David, what's she doing? What's she doing on Twitter, man? What's she doing on Twitter? Let me go see. What Kristen doing? Kristen is acting up. What's she doing? Oh yeah, she acting up. She acting up. She about to make some folks mad. Barstool Bama, now you want to be back on that side. Ooh, let me talk to sis. Hold on. Y'all, I got to do this. Hold on. I got to do this for y'all. Yeah. Who is this? Terry Granberry? Who is that? I don't know who that is. But yeah, we got a lot of news coming up. I don't want to put y'all on like that and then something crazy happens and then y'all just start going crazy. You know what I'm saying? I got to be real careful. Got to be real careful. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, let me know when you ready, man. Because they gonna go crazy when you come on here. I just want you to know. So just give me a thumbs up when you ready. All right. Chat, out of the blue, making an appearance here on Bama Football on YouTube. 4-star, class of 2025. 305. You know what I'm saying? What is it? 305, 310, 6'6", interior office alignment number. I believe he's getting the number 1, or is it the number 3 ranking? Give me one, or is it number 1 or number 3? What they give you? The number 3 interior office alignment in the class of 2025. I bring to the stage this young man, Big Mike Carroll. Come on, brother.
Roll Tide.
Let the people roll. What's up, Mike?
What's going on?
How you feeling, man?
Feeling great.
You just dropped the bomb on us like no wasted time. That's how you feel?
I was like, hey, roll Tide. Let me hop on.
Roll Tide, baby. Let's go.
Okay.
Hey, listen. Talk to us, man. First of all, I'm gonna kind of give you the same rundown I gave Luke, man. First of all, just happy to have you on. I know it was last minute. I didn't even know if you was gonna get my message. You get what I'm saying? To have you on is crazy. You know, you got you in the dark, so we know it's real. You know what I'm saying? Authenticity, like we preach. But yeah, man, glad to have you on. Appreciate you for taking the time to talk to us. Man, Bama offer. What'd you say when you got it?
I mean, I was just shocked because like that's been my dream school for a while. You know, Coach Saban, just best offensive lineman, going to NFL, number 1 team, sending all the O-linemen to NFL. I was like, hey, it's the best of the best out there. So I was like, let's go.
And literally, like, so you know, Coach Saban's not there anymore.
All right.
What's been said, and I had to ask, you know, Luke, he was on before you. I asked him the same thing, and it was that relationship factor. So what was the thing for you? What was the conversation? Because he hasn't even took an official visit yet.
It probably had to be the same thing with me, relationship factor. Coach Cat being the O-line coach, he offered me when I was he was back at Michigan State, and then he went to Baylor to offer me. He said, I'm gonna offer you wherever I go. Offer me at Bama.
Man, listen. And that's to me, that's big. With Noah Carter, same thing happened with him. You know, Coach Kalen DeBoer and those guys, they really built those relationships. Mm-hmm. So I know that's with him hiring and bringing on Coach Cap, their history together. You know, he really trust him to be able to extend that offer to you. They see your value. And man, to know that you already like locked in, you know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna ask you, do you understand what you're doing?
I want to go play with the best. So I mean, I'm not committed right now, but thinking about it.
I already know, man. I already know. And we're not bringing you on here to get no exclusive. You've been offered by Bama. We try to get every target that Alabama offers. But we definitely see you being a solid fit. Have you had a visit yet?
I'm gonna be down there the 25th and the 26th. So coming up.
Okay.
See that video on my Twitter?
What's your expectations?
Coach Cap.
Yeah. I seen him. You seen? I retweeted it. I retweeted. I said, Big Mike. Mm-hmm. You look better over here, man. I'm just telling you. What's your expectations? What's your expectations on your visit?
Expectation is family culture. You know, see what the hype's about. See what the love is like. Feeling it out. Just like see strength, nutrition, coaches. Just kind of see what all the hype's about and see like how big they are in real life, how strong. I know I could compete there, so see the depth chart.
That's the mentality you need to have. Compete. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to say you're the best.
Right.
To know you can show up and compete and give your best every day. That pushes a lot of kids further ahead than as far as development. I'm telling you, man. I'm excited for you. Mike. I look forward to building this relationship as your journey continues. Like I said, you haven't been committed yet, but I can't wait to follow you. Your character, your energy precedes itself, your countenance. I mean, another quality young man that this staff is targeted. You know, I haven't brought a young man that I didn't feel like was deserving of an offer onto this channel yet. We haven't talked to one yet, and you know it hasn't changed tonight. So I definitely appreciate you, man. Quick rundown, some random questions before we get out of here, man. Because I know I can't keep you long. Favorite color?
Blue or orange? Nah, blue or green.
Blue or green? Yeah, please don't say orange because you almost made half the chat throw up.
I know.
Half the chat probably just kind of threw up in their mouth just for a hot second. But
I know.
But what I was gonna say? Favorite food? Favorite restaurant? Let's go. Favorite restaurant.
Favorite restaurant? I like Potbelly and Cane's, and I don't know. That's about it.
Look, you big boys.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A gotta be on there. You gonna get used to Chick-fil-A too. Them visits. You commit to Bama. Them visits to the Georgia Dome. Chick-fil-A all weekend. I guarantee it. Yes, all weekend. You're gonna have all the access to Chick-fil-A you want when y'all go up to Atlanta for the SEC championship games and those season openers. That's them kickoff classics. The Dome is gonna have Chick-fil-A on deck. So just be prepared. And the ones here in Tuscaloosa are awesome too. I don't know if you, if you get a chance, make sure they get you some Chick-fil-A in T-Town, like top notch.
Really?
Yes, really sent from Jesus himself, baby Jesus. So, but yeah, man. Another one. Shoe size. What size shoe we got?
Size 17.
17, Bernard?
Yeah.
17. Y'all remember on Roll Bounce, he was like, size 17, Bernard? This man actually wears 17. That's crazy, man.
Wingspan. I got 11-inch hands too.
That's why I was just about to ask. Wingspan, handspan.
I'm not sure about the wingspan. I think it's close to 7 feet, but handspan over 11 inches, height 6'6", like 305. So
yeah, you're gonna be probably like 6'7", 6'8" when it's all said and done. You move well. I didn't even have you film the B-roll set up in the background, and I wish I would have known because tomorrow you'll be the first one we feature tomorrow. I'll definitely clip it and send it to you. But anything else you want to say before we get up out of here, man?
Roll Tide. Show me some love on Instagram. blg.mike.
Hey, hold on. Let me type it in for you. Let me type it in so everybody can get you to follow. I'm gonna go ahead and type it in. Let me get a banner up there for you. Follow on IG at what is it?
blg.mike.
BLG.
Mike.
Mike. M-I-C-K-E. I mean M-I-K-E.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. BLG, and that's all lowercase.
Yeah, blg.mike. It should pop up right away.
Okay, bet that. All right, y'all. Y'all got the tag, man. Y'all go show our boy some love on Instagram. I'm about to go do that myself. I just followed him on Twitter. I don't be clout chasing, man. I like to build relationships. Immediately introduced myself literally 20-30 minutes ago. Other than our interaction on Twitter when I shared the post earlier, like, and this is what we want to build here at Bama Football on YouTube. This is always your safe space. You want to come over here and talk anytime about what your journey, I'm going to be hitting you up. We're going to keep track of you. We're going to keep following you, but definitely appreciate you showing up tonight, young man. And it's always a pleasure to have, highly touted recruits like yourself come through and grace us with your presence. The fans appreciate you. As you can see, the chat going crazy.
I can't even see the chat, but appreciate the love.
They going crazy. They thought I was playing. Luke Metz kind of set them off, but then for you to jump on, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Roll Tide.
Big Mike is in the building, and he feeling good. He feeling good about it. Coach Cap ain't no cap. Doing work.
Coach Cap.
Securing the trenches, man. But I appreciate you, man. I really do appreciate you, Mike. And I'm gonna let you go, man. And until next time.
All right, for sure.
Hey, the 26th, right? You said the 26th?
25th, 26th, I'm gonna be there.
Okay, bet. We're gonna link up. We're gonna get this thing. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Much love, man. Roll Tide, brother.
Roll Tide.
Yes, sir. Y'all, 2 in 1 night. Shout out to Big Mike, man. Shout out to Big Mike Carroll. 4-star, should be 5-star. Come on, man. Oh man, Bama is cooking. Let Chef Kaden and this staff freaking cook. That's the last time I'm gonna say it. Y'all better let these jokers cook. Let's stay on the train. Let's not jump off. Let's stay on the train, and we're gonna get it popping. I'm gonna share all their socials tonight on Twitter. I got a long night at work. I'm gonna share it. Bama got we got 4 stars. We got a 5-star that's about to commit. We got a 5-star flip that we working on right now. I'm telling y'all, and it's realistic. We might have another transfer come back. I can't wait to get off this segment. I can't wait because I love y'all. I love being here with y'all. But I can't wait to dig into all this stuff and have some news tomorrow. Coach Jake Merrill, I know y'all see him in the chat, but me and him working on the back end. Yeah, that Proctor stuff, it got me in my feelings a little bit, but I understand. Just like I understand why he left. I understand why he back. I understand. Oh yeah, he definitely gonna have to lose a lot of weight. Smook, I think you done did it again. Commitments coming soon. Jay, it ain't about anything that I'm doing. I'm just a vessel. This is a team. I'm telling y'all. Jarvis Mitchell. Caleb Downs coming back would dismantle college football. I guarantee you within the next 2 or 3 weeks, I guarantee you we would see something done to where transfers, NIL, everything Saban been talking about, there's going to be some light agenda that supports it and backs it. Guarantee you. I'm just doing the Lord's work out here for the Alabama. That's it. You calling that score? Sam, I could feel that. For this year, I could feel that, Sam. Sam, you my boy. Somebody give Sam a membership. Sam, you need to become a member right now, Sam. That type of energy, I need you in this chat daily. Trust me. King's family. I just got a message from a source. Family-wise, it's love. You see that? Oh, y'all going crazy. He just sent me a screenshot of y'all following him. Y'all make sure y'all go continue to follow my boy. BLG.Mike. Yeah. There he go. He excited, y'all. Y'all really did it. Shout out to the Undefeated for doing it again. Y'all making these recruits feel the love, showing them the better half of this Alabama nation, right? Showing them the better half of this Bama family. Yeah, hey, I'm excited. I got y'all on one tonight. Listen, the way y'all support is y'all become fan funders and y'all stick around because it's not going to always be like this. Everybody shouldn't be privy to this. Only the special Bama fans like the Undefeated should be privy to this. And I understand not everybody can get fan funders, but there's ways around it. There's ways we could work it for you. Reach out, show your support. Y'all want to tell us how much you want to support and you're not able, we can figure out a way to get you squared away, right? We care about our people. We care about our fans. We care about our supporters. We really do. If you want to become a sponsor for the team, if you want to find out how to get your stuff situated, to get it fixed, I mean, look, email BamaFootballOnYouTube@gmail.com. We can help you get everything situated. Hey, Fendi, if you've been watching the channel, Derek Duke Johnson's commitment was announced here 3 weeks ago. No, as a matter of fact, what's today? The 19th? Daryl Duke Johnson's commitment was announced here 6 weeks ago. When I first made contact with the young man, 6 weeks ago. So I'm just saying, tomorrow that'll just be the icing on the cake. It'll be the icing on the cake that it hasn't even been pulled out the oven yet. Bama's still Bama. Better know it. So without any further ado, I think we had enough undefeated chat talk. I think we've had enough excitement for tonight, right? I think it's time for me to go and eat. I think it's time for me to prep for this huge day tomorrow, because tomorrow Kyle is going to come in. He's going to be cooking early in the morning. You got Jake following him up. He's going to be cooking right behind him. I think Ty is back. I'll be closing out the midday session, probably with some more breaking news to some, not to us here on Bama Football on YouTube, but we'll be breaking some news tomorrow. We might have multiple commitments happening tomorrow. Should I look? Where my boy Antoine at? Antoine, listen. Good. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Bama's going crazy. Bama Twitter's going crazy. So for me and the team, thank you all. I'm gonna leave y'all with a smooth one. My sister got a headache downstairs, so I can't be loud. Yeah. I just took a hit of that holy water. Had to get right. Celebration. I mean, y'all, no better time to be a Bama fan. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night, man. Roll Tide. Continue to support the team. Continue to become fan funders. Run up the likes. Let me see. We send that 394 likes. Perfect. Appreciate y'all for showing up and showing out with the likes, running it up. Thank you all for supporting. And we'll catch y'all in the morning. With that being said, Roll Tide.